Interesting news.
It's Blake and Aaron's Spilling the Tea with Sandy.
K-Man's top news headlines of the day from CMR.
Brought to you exclusively on Kiss FM by J. Michael, fashion for everyone. Good morning, Sandy.
Hey, good morning, Blake and Aaron. How are you guys doing?
We are good. How are you?
Fantastico. Let's start off with the fact that the police have been busy yet again, and they've arrested 3 men on suspicion of possession of an unlicensed firearm following reports of shots being fired in West Bay on Sunday and Monday. So I think some of you might remember on on Friday's show, we mentioned that there was it Friday? No, Monday's show. Gosh, the days just melt together. We mentioned that right during the show, we were getting some hot tips that there was a raid that was ongoing at a location in Pedro. And so everybody's like, oh my gosh, what's going on? Well, this was connected to this situation. So the police did indeed raid a residence down in Pedro, and they have now arrested several individuals.
Alrighty.
Yeah, so it's a very interesting, there's much more to this story that will be developing because this person has, this family has had their home raided before, and the firearm has been found before, and there were charges before, but I think they got off the last time. So we're going to see how their luck holds up. And how do
you get off for having a firearm?
I can't remember exactly what the excuse was, but yes, they somehow managed to get off. But anyway, we'll see how their luck holds up for this time. So there's quite a bit going on, future development in terms of the airport redevelopment plan. So the minister had a press conference yesterday laying out some of the anticipated plans, although I understand that there is a great, high possibility that a lot of that will change. So a lot of people felt like maybe the press conference was a little bit premature in terms of that. But anyway, they're prepared to spend at least $76 million between the Owen Roberts International Airport and the Charles Kirk Colonel International Airport in Cayman Brac, including runway extension at the Owen Roberts International Airport costing at least $28 million, improving air traffic control surveillance, and the provision of a new general aviation facility at the cost of some $42 million. Charles Kirk Colonel Airport is not going to get so much money pumped into it, but at least $1.15 million will also go to that redevelopment as well. Nothing on Little Cayman, which is interesting because there had been some rumors afoot that our previous governor was actually, telling the government that they needed to make significant improvements to Little Cayman to the tune of millions of dollars. So it's interesting.
The Little Cayman runway has a curve in it.
Yeah.
I know because I've personally landed at that airport before when I was doing a lot of flying. So interesting.
People flying every day there, and it works out. I like flying in there.
Yeah.
All right. Another bit of good news. The police have identified the vehicle and the driver involved in a hit and run of a cruise ship visitor that happened on the 18th. Yes. A lot of you will remember the story was covered. The victim, him and his wife, we've been in contact with them, and they'd actually posted some stuff on social media as well, trying to get people's assistance. But the police have informed them that, someone has now been identified.
Wow.
Yes. No details yet. We understand exclusively that this person is now lawyering up before they subject themselves to a police interview. So this happened right at the Butterfield roundabout. That horrible roundabout. Every single day, there's at least one accident there, I swear. So yes, so that's a bit of good news. Congratulations to the Alzheimer's Association. They've received a $50,000 grant from the Ministry of Health and Wellness. This was presented to help them with their efforts. They do quite a bit actually in the community, so I'm really happy that they've received some funding. So they focus on dementia policies and really just education and trying to encourage people to know more about dementia, Alzheimer's, and how they can, offset some of these, being abreast and aware of research that's going on in the medical profession related to those specific diseases as well. So congratulations to them. So that's some of your news headlines today. And don't forget that today is World No Tobacco Day. So no day like today to maybe think about quitting.
All righty.
Thanks, Sandy. Appreciate it.
All right, guys. Have a good one.
You too.
Rainy day today, man.
All right, folks. Good morning. How are you guys doing? Went into a little bit of overtime there on 106. So let's go ahead and kick off our segment on this beautiful rainy Wednesday.
Bigger, better, bolder. The cold, hard truth is taking talk to the next level. Right here on Bobo 89.1 FM, Cayman's Community Radio.
We are still spilling the tea.
And committed to being part of the change that Cayman so desperately needs. Join Sandy Hill weekdays from 7:30 a.m. for Premier Access, Cayman Voices, Truthful Thursdays, and much more. Cayman's #1 talk show is now bigger, better, bolder, and more than talk. Getting results with hot topics, consumer reports, court exposés, and more.
I've come to set the record straight. I've come to shine the light on you. Let me introduce myself. I am the cold, hard truth.
Now, from the CMR studio in Grand Cayman,
Live, direct.
it's the cold, hard truth. Now, join the conversation on 345-936-2626.
That number again is
345-936-2626.
All right. Happy Wednesday, everybody. It's Humpty Wednesday. Buenos dias. Good morning. How's everyone doing? Hello. Hi. How are ya? Wagwan. All right. We're going to get some good topics here today. Quite a bit going on. Let me just send out my links to everybody on the WhatsApp. So another accent already. What is this going on here now? Can't quite make this one out. Is this an accident? They're like, oh my gosh, on rainy days, I hate to even be on the road because honestly, yeah, it's a little bit crazy. You guys drive even worse than you do normally, which is, I know, hard to imagine that there could be such a thing as worse driving. But there you go. So, oh my gosh, I have to chuckle when you guys send me certain tidbits of news. Yeah. All right. So, happy No Tobacco Day. World No Tobacco Day. Yeah. All right. Consider quitting if you haven't already. Again, there's several smoke cessation programs that are available. The HSA has one. Health City has one. I don't know who else, but there are options available to you. There's even people who do like hypnotherapy in order to quit smoking, which I think is actually pretty cool. So if you're interested in, having a healthier life, find your reason. Everybody's got a reason to be healthier. A lot of us, it's like our kids motivate us. It's like the grandkids, like maybe your kids weren't enough of a motivation because you're probably so sick of them and they were stressing you out. But, when the grandkids come along, oh my gosh, are they not amazing? And you're just like, oh, I just want to be here forever or as long as I possibly can be to be with them. So, why not? Find whatever motivates you and just do it. Just get it done. We know it's not easy. It's an addiction. And there's a lot of things in life that are addictive. So we're going to be talking today about this Car City airbag recall program. We've got a good interview that's been pre-recorded, but we had an opportunity to go through the process at Car City, and we're going to show you, because if you have, and trust me, there are literally like thousands of vehicles that are going to be impacted by this. If you're one of those individuals that has a vehicle that's impacted by this, first of all, you can't actually get it registered anymore. You have to get like a sign-off letter from Car City that the DVDL will then accept for your car to be registered. Beyond that, this is a real safety concern because the defect in the airbags is something that's actually deadly. So you don't want to take this lightly. I had one lady call me and she's like, oh, it's going to take forever to get my airbag changed. And I've already been driving the car for a couple of years. So what's the worst that can happen? And I said, well, as it turns out, the worst that can happen is that this airbag can actually kill you. And we definitely would not want that on our hands. Yeah. So, so I would suggest that you take it seriously. So we're going to be playing that here in a bit. Most of you will notice that I'm not in my workout gear this morning. It's because I've got a hard stop at 10:30 because I have an event that I have to go to today. I'll tell you guys about it later on, but it is a government event that is meant to hopefully put the Cayman Islands in a better position. And so I'm going to go and learn and then bring that information back to you guys. And that's how we do it, right? So I take in the information, learn as much as I can, absorb as much as I can, bring you guys information, and we share the knowledge. Information is not meant to be hoarded, folks. It's the one thing in your life that you should be the most generous with, knowledge and information. So good morning to everyone. We've got Miss Lammy here. Good morning to you. We should be on radio. Anybody have any issues on radio? We should be there. KK says, oh, never mind. There's a delay. I think there is already like built in a slight delay, but we're there. Good morning to Wee Wee, KK, Anthony. Good morning to you. How are you? Siobhan is in the house. First Lady Jayanne saying good morning to everybody. And this beautiful rainy Wednesday. I love me some rain, honey child. The only thing is, I wish I didn't have to go anywhere in the rain. Rain is like Netflix and me time. I don't really watch Netflix, but y'all know what I mean. We have access to Plex. My husband puts everything in the Plex cloud. So Plex and me time. Ooh, I could catch up on some good reality TV shows, something juicy. Or just snooze on the sofa. Who doesn't like to just like veg out on the sofa on a nice rainy day, right? So yeah, but we got to go to work. These mornings, my daughter does not want to go to school because she thinks she can stay home and play with Zeus all day. And I said, honey, child, I have to go. Zeus is the only one who's allowed to not do anything around here because he's a dog. So I'm like, I have to get up and go to work. You have to go to school because that's your work equivalent. So you can't stay home because Zeus is going to just be doing his thing, right? He's the lucky one. I want to come back as like a dog to the right owners. Not some of y'all crazy owners out there that have your dogs tied up outside in the hot sun all day with no water, no love, no time, none of that. I want to come back as a nice posh dog, Paris Hilton's dog or something, right? Where I'm going to have like the best life ever. Yeah. So I said to her, nope, that's not even an option. Staying home, girl, please get out the front door. So 2 days in a row, she's like, I want to stay home. And I said, why? Well, Zeus is here. And I said, yep, he sure is. But that still is no reason for you to stay home. So please get going. Did you say at the beginning about firearms? Yeah. Oh, yeah. We're going to delve into some of that this morning as well. Siobhan Alejandra's here. Diamond Princess. Shantful. Good morning to you. Omeria is here. And she says, good morning to all the Cold Hard Truth listeners. Have a blessed and productive day. Felicia, thank you. Vicky, who else is loving the rain? A car flipped this morning by the Audi dealership and damaged several cars. My God. Really? That's across from A.L. Thompson's. How do you flip there? Doing what? Because I mean, that's like going into a roundabout. You shouldn't be doing any kind of substantial speed. Wow. Y'all really need to go back to driver's education. Thank you so much. This is actually a dress cake. I'm going to back up a little bit so that you can see. It's you should. It would be good if you could see the bottom a little bit more. But anyway, it's actually a full length dress, ankle length. So yeah, and I'll put on a jacket for where I'm going today. That would be appropriate attire. Can't be showing these shoulders and all corners, you know. So good morning to Ms. Vicky. So rain does something to people on the road, says Siobhan. Well, apparently it does not take just rain. It's rain, sunshine. We don't have any snow, but God knows if we had snow, y'all would be running into each other then as well. Y'all just need to learn how to drive. It's as simple as that. And just take your time, pay attention to the road. Don't drink and drive. Don't smoke and drive. Don't talk to your kids and drive, because that's another distraction. So it's just a hot mess. So we're going to go through all the details, KK, of the recall. So yes, I love me a rainy day. I'm just hoping that you guys can be extra careful on the roadways today. Dean joining us all the way from Connecticut. Hello, how are you? Thank you so much. We have a good international crew going. I'd love to hear where you guys are listening in from. Siobhan saying she's digging the outfit this morning. Thank you. Brother Everton in the house. Melita. Hey, Melita. How you doing, honey chill? Yes, honey chill. Looking good. Some days you got to do that. Robert is here. Diania says, good morning. How was the cook-off? Oh, yes. So does anybody have a clip of Jordy last night participating in Chopped? So this is a Caymanian chef. He was participating in this Food Network show. I do understand that he got chopped in the first round, but hey, it's the effort that counts, right? So this is good. This is putting Cayman on the map, as KK said. Everybody is like super excited that Jordy was participating in this. I'll see if I can find a clip. What's Jordy's last name again? Jordy. Is his full name Jordan? Give me his name. Let me see if I can find the clip. But yeah, very, very nice to even get on a show like that. I think is super cool. Jordan Rankin. Yeah, fantastic. Congratulations, Jordan, for your effort. Yeah, awesome. So I want to be on a Food Network show. Good morning, Miss Joy. Richard is here joining us from Texas. Good morning. Appreciate it. Everton says, send some rain this way. My grass is burning up. Well, you know what comes with the rain, Everton, that's totally not fun, is the mosquitoes. OMG. It doesn't take long for them to come out. Like, seriously, yesterday, obviously, we had some rain. And literally, by the time I got home yesterday, late afternoon, I was trying to walk the dog. Oh, the mosquitoes were everywhere, biting me. Oh, my God. It was, I was literally like, like slapping myself all over. And I had to rush inside. I'm getting a mesh. My husband has this mesh that he wears in the garden. I think it's like a bee mesh properly, but he wears it. Why does he wear it? I'm trying to remember what he got it for. I don't know. But anyway, he has a mesh suit that he wears in the garden. I think it's for bees, although I don't think we have a whole lot of bees in the garden. But anyway, he wears that when he's outside, and it's actually perfect for mosquitoes, I think. I don't think most of them can get through that. And so I'm going to get me one of those, and I'm going to have to obviously look like a crazy person in a mesh suit walking the dog, because these mosquitoes are like next level insane. So Melita says the rain is allowing her some CMR time. Tracy, good morning. Says, can I get a Yoha listening from the other side of the world? New Zealand. Good morning, Tracy. Miss Iva is here. KK is asking if I still go to Capelli. Yes, honey child. I'm still there with Rocio. sometimes I go to Miss Pat if I'm looking for like a particular style. I got a couple people that I might go to for like styling. But in terms of the hair journey, Mauricio and I have been rocking it, honey child. Y'all know that a couple years ago now, I think it's been a couple years, I decided to go natural with my hair. So I stopped chemically processing it. And that means that I had to cut it off, a lot of it, for it to grow back in. And so she just treats it and blow dries it, flat irons it for me. Because I'm not a hair person, so I'm literally useless when it comes to hair. Don't ask me about using a flat iron myself or curls or anything like that. I'm totally useless. So I just need something that's like easy that I can pull back in one, right? That's why I don't like super short hair, because if I can't pull it back in one, I got a problem, honey child. But this is easy. Short hair, I feel like you have to do more work with. So this is like super, super easy. So I went to see her yesterday and she blow dried it for me. And I'll go back today for style for this event that I'm going to go to. So, yeah, so I still go there, and she just treats it for me. And you know what? It's healthy, which is the most important thing. It's like really healthy, and it's just growing. And what else can you ask for, really? All right. Aliana says, I wish I could stay and listen. Busy first tour in 2 months. So money calls, honey, go get your money. That's right. You get your coins. Work hard. You got to strike while the work is there. So I do want to talk about a policy change that we're going to have on the show. Now, you guys know that I really go out of my way to try to make this show as inclusive as possible. You know, I let people talk. A lot of times we don't agree with each other. That's perfectly fine. This is a world where we don't have to agree with each other. But I've been getting a lot of complaints, and I have to, I have to listen to people. I don't have to, but I do listen to people, I should say, when they, oh, hold on one second. I do listen to people, when they provide me with feedback. I think that feedback is good, and we can all grow, and we can all learn, and we can, expand our horizons a bit. Sometimes if we just listen, nobody knows it all. Nobody has all the answers in life. And, in fact, they say that even a broken clock is right twice a day. Yeah. And I think that just because you listen to someone doesn't mean that you have to absorb or take on what it is that they're saying. And I think a lot of you guys know this, man. Some of y'all been messaging me. Oh my God, you guys are like, Sandy, you have the patience of Job. I don't know how you do it. These people drive me crazy. I would have hung up the phone on them. And I said to someone yesterday when she was saying that to me, I said, you know what? Part of it, and I tell you, the saying, I always say it, you're right where you're supposed to be. And I got to be honest with you, probably if I did this show even 10 years ago, because you guys know over the years, I've like filled in on Radio Cayman way back in the day. I used to host Youth Flex, like I did that with Anya Rankin. That's how I first met Anya when she was a teenager and still in high school, co-hosting Youth Flex with her. I have done, I've helped out Ruth Anna over at Straight Talk on occasion. I have done, what's the other one? There used to be a Crosstalk. There were times way, way back when I kind of filled in and helped them out a little bit here and there. So talk radio is kind of like, I feel like it's almost a little bit in my DNA, and it's not an easy thing to do. And sometimes, we're all human beings, and sometimes we really get in our feelings when we're having a discussion with people. It happens to the best talk show people, I'm sure, all over the world. I have really, for the most part, gotten to a place where I am very detached from getting too emotive. You know what I'm saying? I am emotive and passionate about certain topics, and I think by now you guys will know what those are. Protecting children is my number one concern in this world. Trust me. We have got to do our best to protect the future generations. And that means that the children, deserve our utmost attention. I'm passionate about politics. I'm passionate about, community affairs. And I try to bring you guys a good variety of topics on this program. A lot of people have been complaining lately that they're sick and tired of the discussion on ganja. and they've just had enough. They're like, Sandy, I can't take anymore. Literally, people are tuning out when certain people call in. They're disengaging, and that's not what I want for this show. I want this show to be as inclusive as possible. No one or two people can commandeer the show in terms of topics, and I think that this is kind of what people are feeling that is happening. And so, as a result of that, I'm having to, take a bit of a policy decision. And, sometimes you just got to do what might just seem like a hard decision, but it's the right thing to do. So I want to show you guys, and I can show you countless comments that I get, right? So here's one. Yesterday, last night, I know a lot of people go back and watch the show afterwards. So this person went back and they said, forgive me, but I'm just getting the chance to finish listening to the morning show. But this morning was a bit of a turnoff with the ganja advocate ranting and everything of why it should be legal. He has no idea how much it affects a lot of us to hear his repetitive rants. This is indicative of what I have been getting a lot. And I don't always, let you guys know every single thing that I get, but it's trust me, it is I get a lot, right? A lot of comments, a lot of feedback, and I do take them on board. And I try to talk about having all this patience. Like I said to the person yesterday, I feel like I'm a much more patient individual now that I'm a mom as well. When you have to deal with 2-year-old tantrums and a baby, you're trying to feed them peas and they are just not having it and they're spitting up everywhere. And you just have to, as the parent, remind yourself who's in control here. Like, this 8-month-old baby is not in control of the situation. I am, with all of my years of supposed experience. So I'm going to just remain zen, cool, and calm. I'm not going to yell at this baby. I'm not going to hit this baby. I'm not going to act the fool. You just have to remind yourself of the rules, right? And so I have acquired a lot of patience. But even Job, I suspect, only had patience the length of, I don't know why. His is pretty good. But everybody has, everybody has an end to their patience, right? And I think that for a lot of the listeners to this program, they've just had enough of the ganja talk every single day. And it is incessant. I mean, it is to the point where it feels like an addiction to me, right? That you have to think about it every single day. And an addict never admits that they're an addict until they're ready to actually get help normally. And so I'm aware that if someone has an addiction, they're not going to think that they have an addiction. They'll say, oh, yes, I can quit anytime. It's not a problem. But I'm not going to do it today. But I can quit anytime. I can quit next week. I can quit, So here's what we're going to do. There's two clear and present options here. I could literally block the people who contribute really nothing else but to talk about marijuana every single day. I'm also mindful that a lot of our listeners to the program, believe it or not, are children. And I have parents tell me this all the time. They're like, on the drive to work, I'm listening. And so because I'm listening to you, my kids are listening. Teenagers and young adults are listening to this program. And we have a responsibility to not push on them that marijuana smoking is right or it's legal in this country. And it's something that they should be doing. So someone even said to me, when this person said, if the police were listening to some of these shows, they would be able to go and arrest some of you because you're sitting here talking all of your business. So this is what they said. He's all about weed. And when he can't have his way, gets upset. This morning, if the police were listening, he already incriminated himself with the details of when and where he smokes. So sad. Maybe you should tell him that we're not discussing ganja today. So if he has any other questions or concerns or comments, then that will probably kill his appetite. And these are the types of comments and stuff that I have been receiving, from people. So I see someone calling me. are you trying to call the show? If you are, it's 936-2626. All right. So so the two options that are presented to me is to start blocking people for them talking about these things incessantly, which I don't really want to do. And the other option is to put a ban on the topic itself. So I'm going to go with the gentler approach at this time, because you all know that once you get banned from the program, there is no coming back from that. Yeah. People get banned on, there was a really funny, I'll have to see if I can find that reel for you, but there's a funny one on Instagram that I was sharing the other day where this guy was like, listen, you pissed me off on social and Instagram. I'm just going to ban you. And that's it. I'll see if I can find it, because it was so funny. It really made me chuckle because it's so true. But, you know, at the end of the day, folks, everybody has a right to, on their own platform. Oh yeah, here it is. Let me see if I can grab this one. Hold on. Let me see if I can grab this one. Yeah, hold on. I'm going to grab this for you guys. So yeah, you know, everybody has a right to certainly decide on their own platform what it is that they want to do. If you want to have your own platform, you're able to do that. You can go in and, you know, Bobo actually gives you a perfect opportunity, because on Bobo, all of the talent that you see in Bobo are paying for the time to come on the program. So I pay to be here. Yeah. So you can do that too. You can pay and you can sit down and talk about, I guess, whatever you want within reason on your own platform, on your own show. Good morning, caller. Welcome to the program. Hello? Uh-oh. Hello, caller? Oh, I couldn't hear him. Maybe try calling back. So this is what we're going to do. At this stage, we're going to put a hard stop on any discussions on the topic of ganja or marijuana. Like I said, we do have children, impressionable children, who are listening to the program. And sometimes people say stuff on here, which is their opinion, and it's just not correct at all. Like people say, oh, it's just an herb, it can't be harmful. And I'm like, there's a lot of things in nature that are harmful, even mushrooms. Like you go eat the wrong mushroom and you'll end up dead. Just because you find it out in the bushes doesn't mean that it's not harmful. Like to me, that doesn't make any sense. And what's even worse is that, you know, a lot of people add additives to marijuana as well. So they're not just picking the plant and, you know, just smoking it just like that. There's additives that are added, and who you're getting it from, you don't even know what these people are putting in it. So it's really dangerous to put misinformation out there. Somebody was saying yesterday, oh, you can't get addicted to marijuana. I'm like, are you kidding me? Of course you can. You can get addicted to anything. Yeah, right? So we're going to put a hard stop on this. We will have zero discussion on, I don't know what you guys want to call it, Mary Jean, marijuana, ganja, whatever. No discussion on this topic for 2 months. I mean, not a single word. And if you choose to bring it up, so if we're talking about, you know, healthcare and you just can't help yourself, you're going to bring it up, you're going to get blocked. This is the best that I can do. The listeners to this program are sick and tired of having this revolving discussion where nothing changes. You're not changing anybody's opinion, by the way, by going on and on and on and on about it every single day. We know what your position is. We know where you stand. We know those of you who are in the comment section who are pro ganja smoking. We are aware of who you are and what your position is. You've said it multiple times. You don't have to keep telling us every single day. It's like trying to beat a dead horse. We get it. Yeah. And people are tired of it now. So it's so funny because yes. It's so funny because you know, people are saying, oh, they're not addicted, right? But the conversation certainly leads me to think that there is an addiction issue, because you can't even think of anything else that you get so passionate about that you always want to talk about. that's an indication that you're addicted. Like, let's just be serious here. So 2 months, all of June, all of July, and in fact, you're not going to talk about it my birthday month either. So let's extend it to August. We will have zero discussion on the topic of marijuana. Okay? No ganja talk, no marijuana talk. Do you, if you want to smoke it and run afoul of the law, that's your business. We don't care. Just do it. You don't have to tell us that you're doing it. That's a matter for you and the police, not a matter for you and CMR and all of the listeners on the program. Fair enough? That's as nice as I can be. And that's the balance that I am going to strike here today for the next 3 months. Because in my birthday month, I am the queen of the month. So I'm going to tell y'all how things are going to go for the month of August. Okay? And this year is the big 5-0. And none of y'all going to be stressing me out and give me any more gray hairs at the age of 50. So we're going to put a look of puts on it. That's it. There will be no further discussion this morning. It is what it is. If you're up in your feelings, then you know what's coming next. You're going to get blocked. And when you get blocked, trust me when I tell you, there is no unblocking you. I don't care how much you beg and plead and oh, Miss Sandy and this and that. Can you please reconsider? And I was having a bad day and my dog died and this and that. Listen carefully to this.
Nobody is above blocking.
Yes.
You stress me, I block you. You give me attitude, I block you. You come on my page, talk crazy stuff, I block you. You don't like me, me don't like you, I block you. It's real life.
Yes, brother. Y'all hear it? That's the policy. Let me, for those of you in the back of the classroom who did not hear it, let's hear what the man said again.
Nobody is above blocking. Mm-hmm. You stress me, I block you. Mm-hmm. You give me attitude, I block you. You come on my page, talk crazy stuff, I block you. You don't like me, me don't like you, I block you. It's real life.
Straight up. That's how it is. All right, brother. He says it's real life. Couldn't agree more. Good morning, Sophia. Natasha says, I wholeheartedly support your decision. I support legalization, but enough is enough. We don't need to hear about it 24/7. All right, Alejandro. Message loud and clear. Shay, good morning to you. How are you? Alejandro, tell me why are kids listening when they should be in school? Part of this program, folks, is on the way to school. So yeah. So they listen, and they can also go back and listen anytime on social media. Venice says, I don't understand. Venice, sorry. I don't understand why he's not trying to understand 95% of the population don't want this made legal. And of course, he's questioning which 95. There will be no, honestly, there will be no changing anybody's mind on this. That's why we are just going to leave it alone. Thank you, Anthony. He says, he shares his opinion. He says, but he's going to just leave it alone. Good morning, KK again. Says, sent you something I received about the accident this morning. Oh, very good. We'll have a look at that. Good morning, Val. So Val says, I'm confused when you say you went natural with your hair. If you did, you'd have an afro. Well, no, because, Val, that's funny. No, because I'm actually blow drying it. So I'm not putting any chemicals in it. So that's natural. But I'm also not letting the afro take over. I don't think I would have an afro, but I definitely have a lot more curls and puffiness. And so what I do is I get it conditioned really well, but things like heat treatments and stuff like that to keep the frizz down. And I actually blow dry it just because the afro just, it's just not something I can manage. Like, I think maintaining things like an afro and those types of natural styles take a lot of work. And I'm looking for the least amount of work possible when it comes to, my hair. So Anthony's asking some clarification questions, or clarification on the ban, 3-month ban. He said, what about in the comment section? Do you get blocked if you bring it up in the comment section, but not on calls? Yes, you do. When I say no discussion on this, we're going to detox from this topic for 3 months. That's exactly what I mean. And if you're not addicted to the discussion and the substance, you won't find this hard to do at all. 3 months is nothing. Mm-hmm. Gareth says anything that is enjoyable can be addicting, and that can mean anything. Yes, of course. Val says his niece has the same dress. I ordered this online from, I think, Amazon. Normally I don't shop, like I don't do clothes from Amazon, but occasionally I do because sizes, sometimes you're like, yeah, I don't know. But I ordered this off of Amazon, believe it or not. And yeah, it's the cutest little dress and it fits really, really well. All right, Leroy says, let's talk about Hondas then. Oh yeah, honey, chow. We're going to talk about Hondas. So here's the scoop with Hondas. And this is, like I said, really quite important. We've got a substantial, let me finish reading the comments before we go on to the Honda thing. So First Lady says, thank God, in supportive of the new policy. Anthony says Alejandro won't be tuning in until September. But listen, Alejandro has choices. So Radio Cayman is probably not going to make any such policy. He can go over there. OC is on Monday, Wednesday, Friday. He can go over there and make up the 25% to listen to OC. He's got choices. Well, it's the beauty of life, right? Good morning to Ms. Brenda. It says, you must be a fly on my wall. I just said that to someone. I share your sentiments. Hallelujah, says Richard. Mr. Goodlook says, this is going to be online rehab for all the smokers. Everton says, and I don't want no one to tell me about my mama either. I take that very seriously because I love my mama. Okay, my brother, I forgive you, but don't do it again. You know who you are. I don't think that was your intention, but don't do it. It's not good. So I don't know who told you about your mama, but people, really and truly, most of you who listen here are supposed to be adults, right? You need to be respectful of each other. Do not insult people. Don't insult their mama, their granddaddy, their papi, their dog. Just be respectful. Caller, good morning.
Good morning, Miss Sandy.
Yes,
I hope
darling.
you're well and don't let these people get to you. But I just wanted to point out, you mentioned this morning about people driving crazier in the rain, and I totally agree with you. It is pouring rain right now in the town, and these people are driving fast, no lights on. I mean, common sense. But I guess it's too expensive for some people.
Right? Yes.
But I'm just getting this out there to those who may be driving and listening to you. Turn your headlights on, slow down, use your indicators.
Oh my gosh.
Have a good day, Miss Sandy.
Thank you, darling. I appreciate it. Yeah, driving 101, folks. When it's this dark outside, I can look out my window and it looks like it's going to be a very bleak and dark day. Your headlights, those of you who have automatic lights, they will come on. But if you don't have automatic lights, turn your lights on, folks. So people can see you. Leave enough room between yourself and other vehicles because the roads are wet. So your ability to brake quickly is just not the same. KK says, boom. Sure. Rainbow says, you're killing me, honey. Chill. Welcome. Good morning to Lovelet. How are you? Siobhan says, I agree with the video. I've been blocking people for the last 5 months. Yes. Sure. Rainbow says, play that again. Val says he is blocking. Yes. Miss Renita says it's good to know that kids are listening. Children are a future and have left a lot of our kids and people behind. However, kids, we need you to call in and participate and ask questions and give solutions. Yeah. No, listen, I don't know what it is about CMR versus other news platforms, but kids are really like into it. I think sometimes because it is a little bit just raw and it, we just tell you how it is. Children just like that. Like they don't necessarily want people sugarcoating stuff. And so a lot of times when I go places, my biggest fans, everybody's like, I'm your biggest fan. Honestly, the biggest fans are kids. Like I've had like 8-year-olds like, oh my God, Miss Sandy, can I just hug you? And I'm like, oh, you guys are so sweet. And they really are huge fans of the platform. They pay attention. And so, yes, First Lady says, me for tell you, honey child. Oh my gosh. Good morning to Miss Daisy. Buenos dias. ¿Cómo estás? Sharon says, Lord have mercy. Stacy says, best suggestion so far for CMR block. Oh my goodness. Barbara, good morning. So yes, we're going to be talking about the recall. Don't let these people get to you. Nope, they're not getting to me. They're going to be getting to themselves when I hit that block button. Alejandro says, I love the energy. See y'all in 3 months. I mean, a break from anything is good. So if you're going to take a break for 3 months from CMR because you can't talk about one single thing, so be it, honey child. We might extend that policy beyond the 3 months. Miss Vernita says, I love the policy. Val says, radio listeners don't always understand that you're reading comments. You read sometimes comments about driving in the rain. Many can't drive, rain or shine. Yeah, so I think that most people now know that comments come in on the screen. I see them, most of them. Sometimes it's oddly enough, I've seen people say, I message you, and it hasn't showed up, which I think is like a Facebook glitch, but I think most of the comments I do, at least they come up on screen. If we have, listen, some shows will have 700-800 comments for that single show. So I'm not going to tell you that I'm reading every single one during the show. Sometimes we just don't have the time for that, and we'll just, scroll down. And they might show up on the screen, but I'm not necessarily going to have time to read them out. It is what it is. Let me see. We got somebody on the other phone WhatsApping, says must watch if you've not seen it. European Parliament International COVID Summit, Brussels. Okay. All right, folks. So, several accidents have already been reported this morning on the roadway. We implore you to please take your time and to be careful. So let's talk about the Honda recall, folks. This is a really big deal. Like I said, it's actually impacting a lot of vehicles. There was a little bit of a delay. So Honda, a couple of years ago, this has been going on for years. A couple of years ago, they have actually started it, and they've started replacing airbags. Of course, COVID happened, and that slowed things down a bit. And then on top of that, there's been supply issues. So trying to actually get the part has been really, really difficult. One listener to the program whose father, his elderly father, was impacted by this, can tell you that Car City really went out of their way to try and get their situation quickly resolved, because the father's like in his 80s and his car is a Honda, and the person driving the car is the helper who has to go grocery shopping, has to take him to get his medication, and basically run all these errands for him. So so you can't license your vehicle now if you are showing up on this list. And it is literally Taylor Foster, who's the general manager over at Car City, explains it during this interview that I'm going to show you guys here now, of how many vehicles this impacts. It's not just Honda. It's actually like 30 plus brands, right? But Car City and Honda, they've really led the charge on this island of getting this done. So a couple things that's noteworthy, right? So when you're listening to this, keep in mind that I think Honda is the best car maker in the world, outside of like luxury vehicles, maybe. I'll separate the two. So y'all know that I have an affinity for Mercedes. I love me Mercedes-Benz. There's a lot of nice luxury vehicles out there. But when it comes to just an amazing car, I love me a Honda. I've had several Hondas. I've had like Honda Integra. I've had a CRV that I sold to somebody and they still driving it. Great, great cars. Right now I have an HRV. It's up for sale if anybody wants it. Shameless plug. Actually, I think I have a buyer already, but they're just phenomenal cars. They don't really tend to give you any problems. They just run. They're reliable. Love a Honda. And their customer service is excellent as well. So Honda International has said, listen, we're aware of this airbag issue. Car City obviously doesn't bring in all these, what do we call it, importees or whatever. I feel like we should be calling them deportees because they're being deported from Japan to be sent here. So all these Honda Fits that people are bringing in, they are all going to have these airbags replaced pretty much. Now, the government kind of did Car City a favor without even recognizing it. Yeah. Because by putting a stop on these 7-year plus cars coming in, they have reduced the number of cars that are going to now be impacted by this recall. And this is costing Honda and Car City a lot of time and resources and money, because Japan not fixing the cars before they send them to you. They're sending you a car right now, potentially some of these older models, that you can't even get licensed in this country because it has a defective airbag in it, a defective part. You see it's not the entire airbag, but it's the part of the airbag, and it will kill you. Yeah, the government just did y'all a favor. Because then when it comes here, the licensing department, deportees, thank you, Ms. Brenda, the licensing department is no longer going to allow you to license these vehicles. So Honda has said, listen, regardless of whether it is a car that we sent to Car City, so, obviously they have their own warranty program for those vehicles and so on. Honda has said to Car City, we will send you all of the necessary airbags, fix all of the cars in the Cayman Islands, all the Hondas. That's phenomenal. Most dealers are going to be like, listen, if you didn't buy it from us, you brought it in as a deportee or whatever yourself, you're going to be responsible for fixing it. Honda has taken a very, very different approach. They said, no, fix them all. That's why I love me a Honda, honey chill. They really stand behind their products. So it's called the Takata airbag. Is it Takata? Hold on. Takata airbag recall. And like I said, you can look at the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration website. You can look at Ford.ky. It affects a large number of vehicles. I think it's over 30 brands, because what I understand is there's only a couple people in the market who actually make airbags. Interesting, isn't it? And so they all go in different types of vehicles. So from the high-end vehicles, Mercedes, straight down, Hondas, everybody, it is a significant list. I was going to see if I could find you guys a list, but it's a lot of cars. It's like pretty much every car that you can think of is on that list. So a total of 67 million airbags have been recalled by the end of 2022. 11 million still need to be replaced. And, you'll hear some of the experts here at Car City talk about why this has happened in terms, well, not so much why, but it has happened. And it affects a lot of like BMWs. Oh my gosh, it's a long list. Acuras, Ford Rangers, Mazdas. It's a long list of vehicles. Good morning, caller. Welcome to the program.
Morning, John. How you doing?
Not too bad. How are you?
Okay.
Good.
I just brought a Honda over from Grand Cayman.
Yes, sir.
But it came with a paper from Car City stating that this Honda is not one of the recalls.
Okay.
So I suggest everybody do that then for when they want to sell a car, because you know me, I like to sell.
Oh.
But
listen,
Car City
you need to open up your own car dealership.
Yeah. One of these days.
Yes.
Because I can talk about the other things soon that I can get banned that I don't have.
Oh Lord, try and behave yourself.
Okay, man,
you just love trouble. So you said you basically got
But seriously, Sandra.
Yeah.
When I was buying this one, the guy told me about it, and I just went and looked at the paper. It's like Car City will inspect them and say, give you something on record that your car is not one of them.
Ah, that's a good suggestion.
So maybe people should check that out.
Yes, very good. Thank you for that. Appreciate it.
All right, cool.
All right, my dear. So yeah, that's actually really good suggestion. So Volkswagens, they're recalling. There was another caller trying to get in. Please do call us back. We have, let me tell you what are the brands here. It's a long list. It's a very, very long list. Chryslers. Good morning, caller. Welcome to the program.
Good morning. We prayed for rain, and now we have a lot of rain. But just a little while ago, you were speaking about children and programs and that kind of stuff. Um, I guess your program would still be on during the summer, or at least some of it, because you have little Gigi too. Wouldn't it not be nice if just for a certain age, from primary school age children, to one day, or even say a couple of hours of your program that they'll have their little say too, like from 8 years old or something like that.
That's a fantastic idea. You know, we've been talking for a while about having a youth-based program. The difficulty of it is that I kind of need young people who can really take the bull by the horn and just do the show, right? I can offer some assistance and some guidance, but time isn't really on our side in terms of having a whole lot of time. But yeah, I mean, that's not a bad idea to have a little, maybe even one day out of the week during the summer break to have kids on.
Yeah. Yes. Just to kind of brighten our day, even though we were praying for rain. A few days ago in Foster's, I was looking at some whole snapper, and I felt a little cold hand touch my arm, and I was staring at the snapper now, you know. I felt this little cold hand touch my arm, and I looked down, and it was a little John Cumber primary school child, a little girl. She was about 7. Yeah, about 7. And she looked at me. She said, "You know, Mom, the fish have teeth. They have teeth." So I said, "Oh, really?" And the expression on her face is like they usually say a big woman, and you should correct it and say an adult. The expression on her face, like, you should know better. So I said, "Well, thank you. I am gonna look good for the snapper teeth." And "You sure that's a snapper or that's a grouper?" And then I start pointing out to her. She say, "Yes, but it still has teeth." But the expression on her face, Sandra, was like, "Yeah, Mom, didn't say anything, no, though, you know. Mom, you should know, because you're an adult. You should know that fish have teeth."
Yeah, some of them.
And I thought it was so sweet.
Yeah. The thing about kids is when they learn something, they are always so happy to share it, right? It's only adults that try to hoard stuff. But yeah, they love to share. Like, kids run home, "Oh my gosh, this is what I learned today." You know what's funny is my daughter did a field trip yesterday. They went to the MRCU, and she was so excited to show me all about mosquitoes. And I was like, "Oh Lord." I don't know if I want to learn any more about mosquitoes, but yes, children get very, very excited to share this information with us, you know?
Yes. Thank you, Sandra. And
all right, darling.
I do hope it rain, and I do hope that people be careful on the road, like another caller had said, and put on the lights and drive a little slower, because remember, we have lives on the road, and some of those lives are even riding bicycles trying to get to work.
Absolutely.
So good morning to you.
Thank you, my darling. All right, so we've got the pictures, I should say, of the accident. Now, when I just said a car flipped, somebody said by Audi, it's like your brain doesn't quite appreciate what that means. But when I see these photos, I'm sitting here going, how the who and the what and the huh? No, sir. I don't know how this accident happened. No, man, y'all really are the worst drivers. I'm not trying to insult y'all, but geez, peace. One little bit of rain and look what's going on. Look here. My God. How did this happen? I mean, it looks like a rental. So no. We're not even gonna say that because y'all still horrible drivers. Oh my God. What? Look at this. It went over that little, because isn't that like raised up quite a bit? No, sir. Man, this blows my mind. I don't know how this happened. Here's another angle of it. I mean, it went into the parking lot, of the Audi dealership, folks. Did it hit any other cars? Oh my God. This is crazy. It's no wonder our insurance is through the roof for car insurance. Look at this. Flying cars. Wow. This is pretty crazy. I'm trying to find out if it hit any of the cars flying over there like that. What direction were they coming from? Wow. Well, y'all seen it here, my darling. I don't know how to explain it. I just posted on social media, and I'm typing really quickly, and instead of saying a car flipped, I said a cat flipped. So people be like, Sandy, spell check. So let me fix that real quick before y'all start messaging me. A lot of times it's simple. Please select media. Oh Lord, hold on. A lot of times it's because I'm typing so quickly and the phone will autocorrect stuff that I'm like, don't correct that. That doesn't make any sense. All right, so let me change this again. The cat didn't flip, the car did. My goodness. No, honey child. I just cannot wrap my head around how y'all manage to have these accidents. Slow down. All right. Thank you so much to that last caller who is sharing. He's always, like he said, selling and buying cars, but this is fantastic. So this one got a little stamp from Car City that says, nope, this is not subject to recall. And then that's something that they can hold on to in case they're going to sell the car again. You already know you've got that guarantee that your airbags are just fine. Princess says, wow, I know, right? Oh my gosh. Alejandra says these rentals be driven by people just coming fresh out of the licensing department, I swear. Well, they're no bad than the rest of us, to be quite frank. Well, I'm not trying to include myself in that bad driving category, but clearly the accidents that are happening every single day are people who reside on this island. So it's just island of bad accidents. Thank you, Nathina. She says, love the hair. I just had it treated yesterday. So that's the only difference. It's treated. And so I'm just kind of wearing it out. The last couple of days I've been pulling it back because exercising. Ugh. I hate sweaty. I hate when my hair gets sweaty and head gets sweaty. So a lot of times I'll just pull it back because I sweat in my head when I'm working out. Like that's where the heat comes from. Must be that oversized brain causing me to sweat when I'm working out. But yeah, you guys will see, like when I'm on my little bicycle, you'll see the sweat kind of coming here. I just tend to get hot like there first, as opposed to like my body sweating. But yeah. So let's watch the video. Sit back, grab your cup of coffee. You're going to learn a lot about the recall. And we actually had the good fortune of being able to go to Car City, see the process, see the intake process, how it works, see them change an airbag. So this is like super cool. All right, this segment, Sip and Learn with Sandy. Sit back and enjoy this Sip and Learn segment on the Cold Hard Truth. Informative, in-depth content created just for you, our valued listeners, to stay in the know on a variety of business, community, and political topics. Get your cup of tea and sip and learn. All right, folks, so we're here with Car City today, and we're going to be talking a little bit about an airbag recall. Some of you may have been impacted by this situation, so we're going to speak to Mr. Taylor here, who's going to inform us of exactly what this is all about and what the steps are for you, the consumer, so that you can, seamlessly come in and get this situation sorted out with as little hassle on your part as possible. So good morning, Taylor. How are you?
Good morning, Ms. Sandra. How are you?
I'm good. We also have a young man here. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
My name is Alice Critchlow, and I'm the service manager for Car City.
Okay, so we're going to talk to him here in just a second. But Taylor, let's start off with you.
Yes, ma'am.
So, we've been hearing sort of bits and pieces of information about this recall, but I think it's probably a good idea for us to fully understand what it is. So let's start at the very beginning.
Yes, ma'am.
First of all, what is this recall?
So, well, first and foremost, thank you, Miss Sandy, for coming down. We really appreciate you coming to speak with us. Secondly is, so the Honda Takata, or the Takata recall, is the largest recall ever in automotive history. So over 65 million vehicles have been affected.
Wow.
And that's across 11 different brands.
Okay.
So I have a list of different brands. So at the end, Ms. Sandra, we could talk about those just so that way we can inform not only Honda customers, but the consumers in general in the Cayman Islands. So that way they can talk to their local dealer to see if their vehicle has been affected. We have been doing Takata recalls from about 2015, 2016, when we were informed by Honda of this massive recall. Honda was one of the first people to really jump on it and get after it for these recalls. The recall itself, it's a inflator recall. So I'm not the most technical, but in basic layman terms is whenever a vehicle is impacted, the inflator, which inflates the airbag, the inflator part is disintegrating under heat. So the dissident inside of the inflator, so what a dissident is when you're buying products and you see like those little white pouches like with the little beads in it, that's what keeps the moisture out. There's not enough of that in the inflator.
Okay.
So when the airbag goes off, the inflator, the shrapnel from the explosion can actually hit and injure, even kill passengers in the event of an accident.
Right. So we're going to get the technical stuff from Mr. Krishna here in a second. He's actually going to show us the parts and everything. But
yes, ma'am.
It's at this point critical to know that it's not the airbag itself.
Yes, ma'am.
It's a part that makes the airbag work.
Yes, ma'am.
And that part is is not functioning properly in a number of vehicles, and that could lead to either serious injury or death. So it's really important that people take this recall serious.
Yes, ma'am. And so we actually, so in 2015, 2016, we worked with the local government, let them know about the recall. And we did our first airbag recall campaign in 2019. So from 2015, 2016 to 2019, we changed roughly about 1,500 airbags. And then when we had our airbag recall campaign in 2019, we did over 1,000 airbags in 3 days.
Wow.
Yeah, so we're very thankful to the support of the community for coming out and supporting. And this is not just for car city vehicles. This is anything with a Honda badge on it. We replace for the public for free.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So do we have an idea of how many vehicles? I mean, you've just given us some idea of how many you've done already.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you have any idea of how many are out there as potentials?
So roughly, with working with the government, we estimate around 1,000. That's kind of where we're thinking that we're going to be.
So 1,000 more.
Correct, currently.
Okay. All right. So as we know, Hondas are very, very popular.
Yes, ma'am.
So give us some of the brands then within the Honda lineup and beyond.
Yes, ma'am.
That are impacted by this recall.
So the main ones is from 1996 to 2016. So it's from some older vehicles so it's a large range. And that'll include the Civics, that will include CRVs, that will include Honda Accords. Those are the three main ones that we at Car City sold. But also too is we know that we have a lot of vehicles from all over the region. So that's going to be like Honda Edixes, Honda Accord CL7, Honda Accord CL9s. They are also affected. And the big one is the Honda Fits. That is also a massive recall for them as well.
There are a lot of them around the place.
Yes, ma'am.
So even if you didn't sell a vehicle, you are actually going to be responsible for repairing the impacted vehicles.
Yes. So we at Car City are responsible for is obviously our customer base who we sold vehicles for.
Yes.
But by doing so, by us being the Honda dealer, Honda has contracted us to do all vehicles for the rest of the community in the Cayman Islands. So obviously is with our customers, who we know and sold the vehicles to, we have their names, telephone numbers, email addresses to contact. If we didn't sell the vehicles, we don't have that information. So like I said, why we are one of the reasons why we're working with you today, Ms. Sandra. We want to make sure we get the word out to those people. And also too is even if it was a Car City vehicle, if you can think from 1996, how many times that car has been sold and transferred and stuff like that over the amount of time.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Absolutely. Okay. So, this is quite interesting. So, how much longer are you hoping that you can kind of take before you can wrap this up? And then we're going to talk about some of the challenges that you've had.
Like I said too, is we're hoping, like I said, with this next big push, we did a great job in 2019 to get a large amount of those cars done. We probably have about 300 to 400 airbags coming in a weekly basis. To think, and because a lot of times it's not just the driver side, it's driver side and passenger. Sometimes it's the passenger side. Another big thing too is with some of the airbag recalls, we've done some, say, a recall in 2016, 2017. Honda then recalled those existing airbags that we've already changed to change them again. So this has been a very dynamic situation. So a lot of times as people say, well, Taylor, we've gotten our airbag changed in 2018, for example, and those airbags have been recalled yet again. So it's an ever changing situation. Right. We're thankful for Honda support and how we can change those things.
Are they being recalled again because the recall didn't fix the issue, or are they going to have to be recalled every so often?
So hopefully, I think what they have now is they got the situation sorted out. Yes. So we haven't had that since the early days. Yeah. But we haven't had that issue again. Okay. So I think they got it sorted out. But to be honest, is that we saw some other manufacturers that they just released that they had a massive recall as well. So it's an ever-changing situation.
Wow. Okay. So what happens now? I think when we're talking about some of the challenges, customers are being obviously impacted by this. So if I have a Honda that falls into that particular subset that needs to have this issue fixed, I go to licensing to license my car. Does licensing know about this issue, or are they going to say you can't license this car because you have to get this fixed?
So that's a great question. So we worked with the government from from the beginning, from 2015, 2016. They've been awesome. And basically what we did was we said any car that is a Honda cannot get licensed without contacting us first. Yes. And we check their VIN, and if their VIN is good, then we can do it that way. So that system has worked well. Now, like I said too, is what we've been doing is from COVID to now is we haven't had a chance to have another big, massive recall campaign. Okay. So we've been advertising via social media, different outlets, but we're now have the stock because of all of the supply shortages, chip shortages. As Alex will go through with today.
Right.
There's
so chips, there were some supply chain issues.
100%.
Yeah.
And then with that, we're now just starting to get a big, massive supply of these inflators.
Okay, yes, all right. So we're going to move over to the technical side now.
No worries.
So young man, good morning again to you. So, we want to understand exactly what this is. So you've got a little demo here that you'll show us what this looks like and exactly what it is that you guys are changing out.
So this is actually an inflator. This is actually the component that we actually replaced. Now this is actually for the driver's side. Normally the one for the passenger side is more like a lengthy tube, which is bigger because of the size of the airbag. Yes. So basically once you get into impact, this would actually inflate.
Just hold it up for us so we can get a good look. Yes. Okay.
This would actually explode per se or inflate, and then obviously that will help the bike to obviously come out.
Yes.
So it's to protect you when you get in the actual accident.
Okay, so this is the issue then, this little part here. Yeah. Wow. Okay.
And this is what is causing all the trouble with all the manufacturers, obviously, because the shrapnel from this is what causes the issues, and it could be deadly.
So what are they replacing it with?
No, they replace it with a similar component. However, they're manufactured in a way that the shrapnel doesn't cause, I guess, however it explodes, that the shrapnel does not fly to actually cause any damage.
Yeah.
So it opens together.
Yeah.
amazing. Okay. All right, and that sits where in the dashboard, or is that behind the airbag?
The physical steering wheel on like in the horn pad, right underneath the horn pad like this. Yeah, it fits in there.
Okay, all right. So does every vehicle need to have both airbags or multiple airbags replaced, or how do you know?
Well, basically, the manufacturer tells us which component is faulty and which one needs to be placed. So you have some cars that is only the passenger side, some cars is the driver's side, or some cars could be actually both.
Okay. All right, so you've got a whole assembly line here. We're going to get some footage of how it's been working. It's been quite an undertaking, I'm sure, for Car City. This must be the biggest, recall that you guys have had. And tell us a little bit from the technical side with your team, how it's been going.
It's been going good. I guess some of the challenges we've faced is obviously with the older cars. Obviously, you have to be careful with obviously damage and things like that because obviously you have deteriorating parts. We've also had some issues where it's difficult to get off the airbag because of components that are seized or whatever the case may be. However, generally the process could be seamless and we could probably change the components within 45 minutes to an hour.
Okay, all right, wonderful. Anything else that we need to know from your perspective?
I would advise anybody to understand how severe this situation is.
Yes.
And obviously to pass through Car City to have it checked just to verify that they're not affected.
Yes.
And one of the other challenges we've had too obviously is parts. I guess obviously because of the Japanese domestic spec, there are a lot of vehicles on the road here that are Japanese domestic spec. And those parts obviously we wouldn't have readily available. So we've had challenges in getting those parts, and even sometimes from the manufacturer they have been on back order. But we have a number of the parts coming in now, and we're hoping to do a big push sometime in June.
So
Very good.
the active date.
Just grab the mic there. Yeah, want to make sure we can hear you properly.
Yes, ma'am. So we are looking to push. Sorry.
No worries.
We're looking to have our second repair-a-thon on June the 30th.
Okay.
So we will be 31st and
30th and the 1st of July.
30th and the 1st of July. There you go. So we will be reaching out more and we'll be doing a big marketing push to get that word out there. And what we're asking the public to do is come into Car City, have us check your VIN number, and that way if we don't have it, we can order it. And we've been working hand in hand with Honda, so that way we can order these units, get them here, and we can get it taken care of quickly for you.
Absolutely. Okay, wonderful. So we're going to get a little bit more information here, folks, in just a minute about how the process is going to work. So when you come here, precisely what it is that you need to do. So make sure you stay tuned for that segment.
All right, so as the vehicle approaches, then just wait until they drive up. We approach the customer, come up next to them, say, "Good morning, sir.
How are you?
You are Mr. Taylor Foster?
Yes, sir.
All right, we have a booking here for you for a basic service today.
Perfect.
All right, are you noticing any other issues with the car at this time?
No, sir, I'm just getting my airbag checked as well.
Okay, not a problem. Right, I have your VIN number. Is your contact 9240194? All right, and your service advisor for today will be Miss Bridget. All right, let me just enter your mileage here. 10,403. Alright. Good to go. And then let me just enter your tag number here. Sorry. So it's 215366. Alright. And save. Right, so let me just get your signature here for me.
Thank you, sir.
Sir. All right, no problem. All right, now you can step out of the vehicle. Yes, sir. So leave the keys right in there. All right, I myself or one of the young gentlemen around here will then go through and pull your vehicle up. All right.
So after you check in, feel free to come on inside. Our wonderful team here can take care of you in the front once you finish being checked in. We have our customer service lounge. You can feel free to sit in. You can sit inside or outside. We have free coffee and water while people wait. We also have free Wi-Fi for everybody to log into while you wait. Normally the process, depending on how many vehicles are in for the day, takes about an hour, hour and a half. So some people choose to wait, some people choose to leave and come back. Yes, ma'am.
And I see that Bridget is over here calling.
We have about between 7 and 8 technicians on every day and doing the airbag changes. So they drive them in. We have the airbags ready to go. technician gets their job cards. From their job cards, pick up the vehicle, and we are going to kind of see a little in-depth peek at how the process works.
All right, so these are shipments here of airbags, hot off the boat or
hot
plane
off
or
the
whatever.
boat, yes, ma'am. So we, as you can see them all here, we got about, I think we got almost 2,000 in this weekend.
Oh wow!
So yeah, so we should have. We're very, very lucky that Honda's been supplying us, especially everyone knows all the supply chain issues and things like that. We've been getting a steady supply.
So what we have here is the old parts, the old CRV parts. This is a CRV, for example. What's really happening? The airbags are overpressurized. So this is a new replacement part. The new part basically comes with a new squib, an adapter, recall instructions, new screws. This is the new squib. This is the upgraded part. This is what I want to show you.
So it's not everything that's being replaced. It's just this.
Yeah, and every car has a specific. Some cars only the passenger side. Some cars both. Drivers. Some cars just only driver, only passenger. Yeah. So this is a new squib. So it looks like. So this one is harder to explode. So it's more like a safety recall, really. It's not really about the age of a vehicle. Yeah.
Yeah.
This car? You wanna use this one? Yeah, this is what I'm doing right now. When I remove it just now, not the best.
No, it's okay.
Yeah.
So, so this is what it looks like when the airbag is
taken out.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm gonna go ahead and do the replacement now with the new upgraded version, and like you can see.
Okay, so on this particular vehicle,
yes,
this is only the airbag in the steering wheel that you have to do? There's
yes, on this CRV, based on the recall number, this is only the driver side.
Okay.
And we can give you a video of the passenger side as well. This one doesn't require a special tool or nothing, just easy going.
And how long does it take to change out the part for each one?
For this one, 4.7. Depends. Sometimes the older cars have a rusted bolt that may take a little more time, but newer cars is quite easy. Yeah, we have professional instructions how to do it, so we do it according to the manufacturer specification. And
how many of these do you think you've done so far?
oh, I done over 300.
Yeah,
or
wow.
more. I stopped counting.
So you could do it now with your eyes closed, probably.
Yes. The more you do it, the more you do it easy. So let me show you now the installation. This is plate 1, A. So this is the replacement part. So you got the A. This is B.
Right.
So this is like a substitute.
Okay.
We install the new airbag. Install new airbag squib.
Yeah.
Install correct in the position. Then gonna use plate B as a secure. And there you have it. So it's gonna look basically like this.
Right.
When it's finished. Install new bolts. New bolts, and it's not really so difficult. Like I said, once the bolt is not rounded or not rusted, should be an easy installation.
Okay.
Nathan, you doing a passenger side? Are you doing a passenger one? Okay. Okay, here we go. So put back the harness originally, put it back in a position, install new bolts, comes with new bolts, new everything. It's a win-win.
Nice.
Right, let's install it now.
It's just in reverse, everything in reverse. And these ones is easy. Some cars like the Odysseys and those cars, gotta be very careful. Very, very careful. Things are easily. Make sure it's secured. Putting in no bolts. Reconnect the squib. Make sure your airbag light is gone and should be ready. Once it's ready, the airbag light should go when you start up. And there we go. Touch the protection pieces. Now we're gonna do a startup to make sure the airbag light is gone. So some vehicles, they have an airbag light when they come in. You know, they have like ribbon problems and those things. This is one of them. Came with the airbag from when we came in this morning. But you make sure the horn, everything works. Yeah, and that's really hit. For the gyro side, it's not so difficult. Oh. Right. Install the pieces. There you go. Make sure there's no noise, and it's basically it. And this one is recalled and ready.
That one's ready.
Yes.
So, Brother Alden, you want to let her know kind of what you're doing there?
I'm going to replace the passenger side of this Honda Civic. And this one, it will take so long because you have to remove the front side of the dash and also this side. And that's why it take a little bit compared to the other car.
Yeah.
This one is
Okay, this one is behind the actual glove compartment.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
I already removed that side. So I don't need to take it up. Just need to loosen it so that I can.
Yes.
Okay.
The dash to be able to get
this one.
Right.
That's one.
Okay.
There are 3 bolts for the airbag. Three nuts also. 3 nuts to remove the dash cover, and that include the airbag.
Wow. That's pretty cool. Okay.
Yeah, wait. This is a little bit.
This one takes a little longer.
Because we usually having problem with this car because it's the vehicle sometimes break. That's why.
So one
Yeah.
of the pieces too is because on the older cars, we take our time because they can get a little more brittle. So you gotta be careful on how we do it. It takes a little more time, a little more finesse, so we don't damage anything in the vehicle.
Right.
Okay, I can go over that side.
Honda was one of the first to jump on it.
Thank you for listening to this segment of Sip and Learn. CMR is committed to keeping our community knowledgeable and informed. Remember, knowledge is like money. To be of value, it must circulate. And in circulating, it can increase in quantity and hopefully in value. All right, folks, welcome back. I hope you guys enjoyed that segment. It was, again, meant to tell you guys the backdrop, the history of why the recall has happened, how Honda in particular is rectifying the situation through Car City. We got to see an actual replacement. This was like pretty cool to get in the mechanic shop and to see these guys replacing it. The side airbags are apparently a lot more tricky than the ones that are in the steering column. And so like the guy there said, one of the suggestions is to always empty out because some of y'all keep a lot of junk in your glove compartment box. Clean those out before you take your vehicle in, right? Because you might have, I don't know, love letters and other adult things in your glove compartment because some of y'all travel with those things. So you're ready at all times. Nobody wants to be seeing that when they're trying to fix your airbag. So by all means, please clear it out. So I see someone in the comment section talking about legalizing ganja, and I guess they're trying me this morning. Now, y'all should know my parenting style is don't ever try me. I gave you all a warning this morning, and then you try me, and then that's it. There'll be no additional warnings. Curtis is saying maybe they didn't hear it. Well, just randomly, we're doing a show on Car City and airbags, and somebody's going to talk about legalizing ganja. That's someone who heard it and just want to try Sandy this morning. So look at the pleasure that I'm going to take out of hitting that block button. And I see poor little Alejandro. He had to go like the comment. Oh, geez, Alejandro, you're tethering on the side there yourself. But look at me now. Look at the smile on my face. Hold on. Remember what
nobody is above blocking. You stress me, I block you. You give me attitude, I block you. You come on my page, talk crazy stuff, I block you. You don't like me don't like you, I block you. It's real life.
And it's such a shame Because this person's, according to Facebook, they're a top fan. And look at this now. They're about to get blocked. Ooh, honey child. Sorry, Paul. Blocked, ban Paul and any new profiles they might create. So he can't even if he creates a new profile, he can't even come back to CMR. Y'all look at that. Look at the power of blocking. Let me show y'all how it works, because some of y'all might not know what a page block looks like. So Facebook actually gives you multiple options when you block someone. Yes, honey. Yes, look there. And so you can just ban the person, or you can ban them in any new profile they may create. So I can tell y'all without any disagreement whatsoever is I block you and any future profiles you may have. End of story. So let me just hit the confirm button. Confirm. End of conversation. Anybody else want to try me this morning? Go right ahead. Let me sip my tea, honey child. Go right ahead and try me if you think that I'm not gonna block you. Y'all heard what the man said. The blocking is strong. The blocking juice.
Nobody is above blocking.
Yes.
You stress me, I block you. You give me attitude, I block you. You come on my page, talk crazy stuff, I block you. You don't like me, me don't like you, I block you.
Yes.
It's real life.
Hallelujah. Praise the Lord. Listen, social media doesn't mean that you get to act the fool on other people's accounts. You get to act the fool on your own platform, on your own account, and that's it. So, Paul, sorry, you're the first person to have gotten blocked with a new policy. And anybody else who wants to try me to see if I really got any testicular fortitude, go right ahead, and I'm going to show you what I'm made out of. They made of steel around here. So Perla says, Sandy, this weather got you hot. What a mess. You were blocking, but he's saying blocking. Yes, honey child. Paul says amen. Pauline says amen. Yes, brother Paul, you've been blocked this morning. Too bad for you. Too bad, too sad. We're going to keep it moving. Who's next? All right. So yeah, the weather today, somebody was mentioning also to please be careful. This is a time now when you guys should make sure that your vehicle tires in particular, you got to make sure you check your tires, because sometimes y'all just run those poor tires ragged. They literally be disintegrating and like peeling off, and you still out there. It's dangerous to have tires that are bald. There's no grip, especially when the roads are wet or there's some kind of liquid or something on it. You're asking for trouble. Still, though, give yourself enough room in case you need to brake. These new Fandango cars, they be trying to drive for you. They be trying to brake. So sometimes even this HRV, that be braking, and I'm like, ooh, honey child. I saw the car, All right, caller in the program. Good morning, caller. Welcome to the program.
Hello, Sandra, darling. How are you?
Not bad. How you doing?
I'm doing all right. Thank you for asking.
Yeah, hold on one second. I'm just going to join another call, and then we're going to let you speak. All right, darling, go right ahead.
Yeah, I'm headed up to town from the Eastern District.
Okay. You're coming into town or out of town?
Heading into town.
Oh, yes. Uh-huh.
Roadways are flooded. I mean, some all the way across the road.
Oh, Lord. It doesn't take much on this island.
Line of traffic. Line of traffic. Bumper to bumper heading into town. And we have some of these damn idiots.
Yes.
Passing when it's hardly any way of seeing any oncoming cars with the amount of downfall.
Oh my gosh. Are you serious?
Now, as you know, I just lost my sister.
Oh my God. Yes.
Life is precious.
Yeah.
Life is fragile. And people like this that have no consideration for other people on the road, not only risking their lives, but others' lives, is absolutely ridiculous, sickening and disgusting. And the other thing that's sickening and disgusting is I don't see one officer on the roadway at all. Not one. Where are they? Having their coffee with their feet up on their desk?
Oh my God! Somebody just sent me a picture of the flooding on Wattlers Road. This is crazy.
They should be out on the roadways monitoring these drivers.
Oh my God! I didn't know it was so bad out there. Wow.
It's terrible. I'm in Bodentown right now, and it's flooded in Bodentown.
Whoa.
So, just FYI, people, be careful because there are inconsiderate idiots out there on the roadways that don't give a damn about you, me, or anybody else.
Oh my gosh! Thank you so much.
All right, Sandy.
I appreciate it. Yes, please be safe. All right, my dear. Okay, we've got another caller. Good morning, caller. Welcome to the program. Uh-oh. Did I just hang up on the other caller? Oh, geez, I'm peace. I think what I need to do is when I have multiple calls, there we go. Don't hang up. Let that person hang up. Oh, shoot. That's my fault. Sorry. I'm having a rainy day brain fart today. I'll call you back. That was my fault. Hi, caller. Hello? Uh-oh. Now I can't hear him. Hello? Oh, gosh. Hold on. Somebody just sent me a picture of Wattlers Road. Where's Wattlers Road again? It's like underwater. Hi, caller. Good morning.
Good morning. You know, if I was petty, I would take that very personal.
Take what personal? Oh, no.
That you hung up on me.
No, I was trying to. Oh, my goodness. I think when it's a conference call, I shouldn't, because I'm thinking, I'm just disconnecting the one call, but it drops everybody.
Yeah.
Yes, I have to let them just hang up.
Let the person.
Yeah. Good morning. How are you?
Good. Oh, I am wonderful. I'm wonderful. I just love this rain. I love
Yes.
rain.
Once you don't have to go out in it, it's nice.
Oh, no. I should have said that. As long as I don't have to go. You know, like snow. As long as you can sit inside and watch it going on outside, I'm wonderful with that. Anyway, please, I beg your forgiveness. I missed the beginning of your show.
Okay.
And I believe you may have started out by saying that you were implementing a new policy for blocking and so on. I missed that part.
Oh,
So
okay.
if you
Well,
don't
I'm going to
mind-
invite you to hit the rewind button because probably worth hearing it in full. But the gist of it is
But in a
that,
nutshell,
yes, the gist of it is that for 3 months, we will have no marijuana discussion by any name, ganja, marijuana, pot, whatever you want to call it. 3-month ban. So you can't comment. You can't mention it in the comment section. You can't call in on the radio about it because I'm going to be blocking people. Our listeners are just sick and tired of the topic. We're going to detox for 3 months.
Okay. On marijuana.
Yes, that's correct.
Okay. Well, in that case, maybe you could expand that policy to asking people or continuing to ask people to be mindful and respectful of their comments to other people as well.
Yes,
Not
we did. I did mention,
about
I did
anything,
mention that as
you know?
well.
So, I mean, I know you don't want people to talk about marijuana, and I know a lot of people will be surprised by what I'm about to say. Quite frankly, I have no problem with it.
But we're not going to discuss it. 3-month
No, I'm
ban.
just saying if they took the time out to read up on it, I do believe the comments would be very differently. So that's all I'm going to say.
Okay.
But,
Well,
you
for
know,
3 months, we're just not going to talk about it.
Yeah. Well, it's nothing that I've ever brought up, and I don't intend to bring up. You know, to each his own. And so like I said, I dismissed, you know, what the blocking policy had come about. So I just wanted to make sure that I didn't step in the fire, you know, because I didn't know. And I mean, I don't think I've ever written anything that would qualify
to get
know,
you
being
banned.
blocked.
Yeah.
Yes, or banned. And but it's a good policy, and I'm just going to say it shouldn't just apply to marijuana. You know, let the government sort that out. They say they're dealing with it, so let's leave it for them to deal with it, and whatever comes of it, then you accept or you appeal it. You know. So,
all right, my dear.
All right.
Thank you very much.
Have a wonderful rainy day.
Yes, you too.
And, I hope that all of the people who are on the roads, you know, just drive with care and caution and stuff. Remember, you your car length, you double it now and so on, because we don't really need anything happening at this time. It's a beautiful day, even with the rain. So let us all be safe. That's all I wanted to share. Have a wonderful day.
Thank you so much. We really appreciate it.
Okay.
All right,
Bye.
folks. 936 Bobo is the telephone number. 936-2626. Yes, if you didn't hear it, please spread it wide and near, far and near and wide and everywhere. That this is a new policy for at least 3 months. We may expand it beyond then, to be quite honest, because we're probably gonna have such a peaceful 3 months. In the post now about the car flipping, this is what an eyewitness said. Hear this part of the story now, because I was wondering when that car flipped, if it actually did any damage to other vehicles. And apparently it did. So remember, just because it's a rental doesn't mean it's a foreign person or visitor driving. A lot of Caymanians, a lot of locals rent vehicles all the time. So I don't know who the driver was, but here's what the person said. An eyewitness said, you see the roof. So that's the roof now on this car. It went over the wall, bounced off the roof of that new white A4, geez, peace, then bounced into 2 other cars. So a total of 3 vehicles have now been damaged at the Audi dealership as a result of this airborne and flipped over car. My God. I feel sorry for Rodney's. Somebody says it's a company called Rodney's Car Rentals or something. I feel sorry for Rodney, because you're about to make quite a claim on your insurance policy, honey child, that after this, they might tell you that they're not going to insure you anymore. And some of these insurance companies, let me be very clear, have taken a position on this. They're saying, listen, we getting out of certain lines of business. It's just not worth the risk. It's not worth the payout. There's another young man, I understand, because people have contacted me saying, Sandy, can't you advocate for him with these insurance companies? And I said, but listen, here's the thing, right? An insurance company, just like any other business out there, can decide whether or not they want you as a customer. Certain customers you don't want. And I feel sorry for him. I get it. That he's a young Caymanian trying a thing and, blah, blah, blah. I would have to hear more details before I can come to any sort of conclusion as to why they have decided to not insure him. But, the insurance companies can make those types of decisions. If they do not want the risk, because you keep crashing your car, you're Mario Rankin, you just keep crashing your car, of course, they have that right. And nobody should fault them for that. Because if they don't have the right, and if they don't decide, well, okay, we're going to ban certain people from being able to get coverage, the alternative is that your insurance policy will go out the proverbial roof, pun intended, to pay for reckless drivers. So, I'm like, no, honey child. So apparently, in addition to this, look at the rain. So we got this. Oh, sorry. This photo. Look at the poor dog. Oh my God, the dog is up to his testicular fortitude thingy majigs. Y'all know what I mean. Up to them in water. Aw, poor thing. Why is he outside in this? That's what I tell y'all need to do better with your animals now. Poor little ting. Oh my goodness. Oh, so this is Watler's Road. I think Watler's Road is down by Dog City. Somebody said they believe that's where that is. I do believe so. Now look at this additional footage that we has received. Flooding on Airport Road by Advance and Hyundai. Oh my gosh. Now I have to go West Bay Road today. I ain't going through none of this. And my new Honda I'm trying to get sold. Heck to the no. I might be missing that event after all. Honey child. Yes, I'm a little scared of water. I am not driving through this. No, sir. I'm sorry. This is a really, really important event and I want to go. But this is when I feel like I need a truck or I need a, what's those big ones called that, I don't think they allow people to bring them in anymore. The The really, really big ones that you can never park anywhere because they're so huge. What are they called again? Hummers. This is when you feel like you need a Hummer in Cayman. Whoa! And some of this water be brackish water and all kind of stuff and gets underneath your car and messes up your car. Aljon says, I'm here in front of Airport Post Office and it's flooded here too. It does not take much in Cayman, my dear, for it to flood. One little lick of rain, because we are so flat, and there you go, flooding all over the place. Although I must say, even in Jamaica, it floods a lot too. When you get a couple hours, maybe an hour or so of rain, solid rain, and you're underwater. Miss Morna said the weather said there's going to be flooding today. Well, there you go. The weather was spot on. Somebody says, call George. He has a small truck. Oh my God. Y'all are so scandalous. Good morning, caller. Welcome to the program. Hello?
Hello.
Hi. They tell me I should call George. You can imagine. No, sir.
I heard that little piece of leave them alone. What happened to the sisters we used to have when you were baby, or a little drum, or a little something? You know that's what causes the flooding? When the ground can't take anymore. But we always had a little cistern, as though people would say, or a little drum. And you know how many gallons of water that took away from having to go find some place to settle and then flood. So what happened to the cisterns? I want the country to tell me what happened to the idea of having cisterns where you are self-sufficient in water. We never had no water outbreak business going on here in Cayman when I was growing up. Child of the 40s.
So you don't remember any flooding like this as a child?
Listen, I right in the middle of Georgetown, as you know. And it's raining heavy. It's not even weather for the ducks. This is not even like weather. And I'm here, and I can hear the water in the other room going in the buckets.
Oh my gosh.
What happened? Our sisters, we were encouraged when the water thing came. And I remember going to town hall when they were having a meeting out there. And I heard this, and I heard that, and I heard the next thing. And I just thought, but you kind of stupid anyhow. But the people say, well, where the people is now to say, this is not a rain, you child. You know, from down our way down in there, when the school put the flood, them boys used to put little bar pan and little this and that piece of flat board out there and paddle. And all that water stayed on the field. We caught the rest up by the house, in the cistern, and in the drums. The water would be there sitting down for days.
Oh,
so he don't have no life insurance.
Oh my goodness, I've accidentally hung up on Charlene. Oh, I'm not doing very good with the phone lines today. Charlene, my apology. I'm gonna have to call you back. Caller. How can I help?
Pleasant good morning.
Yes,
I noticed that you set up a picture with a dog down in Watless Road, which they call Dog City. With a dog in the water. That dog belongs to a guy by the name of Mark Seymour. If anybody knows who he is, please reach him and ask him to remove the dog from in the water that he doesn't get drowned.
Oh my God. So is the dog tied up? Is that what this is?
The dog is tied. Yes, the dog is tied.
Oh my God. Wow.
So we need to get that dog removed. So anybody in that area that can, if they don't find the guy.
Can somebody just go and cut the dog loose? I mean, come on now.
I'm not sure, but I'm appealing to the public in that area right now for them to go and see where the dog is and if they could let him go. It depends on the type of dog as well, because if he's a pit bull, you don't want him running around neither to bite anyone. So we're just trying to see if we can secure the dog from that water area.
All right, my dear.
So I'm just appealing to anybody in that area. If they know who the guy is, reach out to him. If not, if they're familiar with the dog, if they could remove the dog from the water area, please.
All right. Please, folks, think of your animals.
All right.
and I'm gonna call Miss Charlene back. Miss Charlene, my apologies. What happens is I didn't realize that was a WhatsApp call that was coming in, so I intended to put. Oh, Miss Charlene's still on hold according to this phone. Hold on now, is she? Hold on, let me just call her back because you can't do you can't do like mix types of calls. So you can do straight calls, multiple people, but you can't do straight and WhatsApp calling. Miss Brenda said, call the helicopter. Aljon says, nope, you need a submarine, a boat. Yes.
Hello?
Yes, my dear, I'm so sorry. Oh, God,
Hello?
the animal shelter. Hi. Miss Charlene?
Hi.
Yes, I accidentally hung up on you. So I'm just reading a few of the comments. This person says that the animal
Hello?
shelter is... Can you hear me? I don't think she can hear me. Hello? Oh, gosh. Doesn't look like she can hear me. Miss Charlene, you might need a little upgraded phone, honey child. That one's that always jinxed. Animal shelter says Jackie probably flooded. Yes, we know that area has a serious flooding issue. Watlers Road is the new name for Dog City. Oh, okay. Well, we can still call it Dog City. Okay, that's what the old timers know it as. Nathina laughing. She says dying with laughter. Yeah, this flooding issue is a bit of a problem. Ms. Brenda says depends where in Jamaica. Yeah, the thing with Jamaica though, Jamaica can have flash flooding in like Kingston area, but then if you get up on the mountains, a good day's worth of rain will make mountain slides happen, like a Junction Road and that kind of stuff. Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, I was apologizing for hanging up on you.
No, that's okay. I was finished anyhow,
Okay.
and you know, I wanted to hear the voice of that person that called. So, but need to hear my own people. But yeah, when we were growing up, we had everybody tried to get a cistern.
Yes.
And who couldn't afford that or didn't have the wherewithal, the manpower to get it done, had their little drums. And just think about how much water that took out of the system as far as the groundwater and what happens there goes for the flooding. We didn't use, this is just a little overcast day.
Apparently enough rain falling, honey child. These roads are flooded.
Yeah, but why?
I don't know. Global warming, honey.
Yeah, that too. But we got away from doing the things we know as people to do, because global warming was always a possibility. Let me tell you about global warming and clean and all that. When we had bleach coming in one time, they came in glass bottles. Everybody had a glass bottle because you know why? They were going to town hall get water. Reuse. That little when we got paper bags, everybody that we made sure not to crush them. You folded them and you put them down in a drawer. Because when somebody came and they needed a bag, you would go pull it out and it would get used. Oh, and bless us when by right came around and had the bags with the handles. Oh my God. By right bag.
Well, listen to me now. Tomorrow is the beginning of hurricane season. So this is a good reminder, folks. Start with your hurricane preparations. Clean out the drains, clean up your yard, shake down the coconut trees. There's a lot of things, folks, that we should do that, at this point should be common sense, but we know every hurricane season we have to remind people. In fact, on, let me see, when do we have, I think it's on the 5th, we have the hurricane preparedness folks that are going to be coming on the program, but do your part to be safe. Thank you, Miss Charlene. Appreciate it.
Okay.
All right, honey. Have a good one. We have another call on the line. Good morning, caller. Welcome to the program.
Good morning, Miss Charlene. I know you and I know you know me, but no offense to you, but nobody won't clean out cisterns anymore, so everything going on.
Let me ask you, I'm not really too familiar with cisterns, but you have to clean them out, or those are the same ones that you have to pump out?
You have to clean them because it gets dirty. My cousin had one, and she been maybe 2 months now trying to get somebody to clean it. The only person would have go down and that and clean it for her or my deceased brother, God bless his soul. Because it's on, some people even afraid because it mostly be under the houses, and up in them docks. You got to put light and put submerged pump down and then all kind of thing. And people not into that no more. They want to just turn on the faucet and go, which cistern is out. And then sometimes, because when I was little out Georgetown, the way flagship stories, we had turn out then one time the top would get bad and a snake would get down it and it died and the water was stink. And you had to clean it out. And I used to have to back buckets of water. There I come home from school, that my chore, backing water from out the way sandbar is now. That used to be Spurgeon shop. And I used to have back 6 to 10 buckets and I was only 9 years old. Yes, mom. So nobody not into that. I mean, I agree because like when hurricane comes, now you will have water. But nobody not into that no more. And wow, I want to tell you about these people driving. Yes, Miss Sandra, the people are crazy on the road. I am afraid to go out when it rains because yesterday I was racing by the farm just as you enter Newlands Gate with that lady and almost 3 accidents back to back. People right there got a 25 miles an hour sign and nobody drives 25 miles there. Everybody, and then it's a curb and 3 cars almost had accident then because they you have to wait because when people coming into Farrell, you have to wait to see that nothing coming from Canal to swipe it, and the people coming from Canal don't want to wait, so they are crazy out there. And somebody just called me and told me that they had 2 accidents in Northward this morning and one by Wilkie. That's what they say, that some people were coming out and say that was the traffic was so bad. So people are crazy. And they don't know, like OC say, the life you save might be your own, because not natural. If you hit somebody that you just got killed them, you can end up being there too. But people are crazy. And then, like I always tell them, we got good drivers on the road and we got wheel turners. And a good driver do not get an accident rarely unless somebody hit them. But the wheel turners is the ones that causes the accident because they can only turn the wheel good enough to get their license, so they're not good drivers.
What a mess. Thank you, my dear. Appreciate it.
And the Rodney rent a car. Rodney is a foreigner, but his wife is a Kimanian.
Oh, okay. All right. Thank you.
So
Appreciate.
I saw him. His car thing right down, and he got a car lot right down. And when you go down by Farmers and you turn to go that road that you can come out by Goose, that's where his car lot is. But he is a foreigner, but his wife is a Kimanian. But most foreigners is
Okay. All right, my dear. Thanks very much. Appreciate it.
And I know I'm not budging out of my bed unless I got food and whatever, and it I don't know what it take to get me up, but I do not like to be on the road when it rains.
I know the feeling. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Okay, bye.
Okay, good. And folks, don't forget, that caller was just reminding me, if you've not picked up your radios yet, for those of you who had requested radios, the little portable radios, we left them there at DMS Broadcasting. Please pick them up, because if you haven't picked up your radio yet, that means that you don't want it. Right? So Miss Sue, I think was saying that the first bit of rain we get everywhere is flooded. Why don't they go around and clean out the drains? Yeah, sometimes that needs to happen. But even with some of the drains being cleaned out and working, if you have enough rain, looks like today we're going to get it. We are definitely being inundated with the flooding. So hurricane season, folks, begins mañana. And remember, we can have seasons that are hurricanes that are out of the quote unquote official season dates, right? So let's watch a little bit of weather just to remind ourselves. Somebody said must call Mario Rankin. That's what Joseph said. I'm not sure what Mario is going to do. He shouldn't be driving right now. If he has a DUI conviction, how did he even have a license to drive? I guess it depends on when the conviction was and how long they suspended his license for. But I have a lot of questions about whether or not he was even legally licensed on the road. All right, here's the weatherman.
Thank you very much for joining me. I'm Brian Shields. The hurricane season starts on Thursday. Thank you for sharing this channel. I do it for safety. Thank you for spreading the word about it. I've got you covered through the season. Now, we're watching 2 areas this week, one by the Bahamas, which may spin up into a subtropical storm or tropical storm. I'll dive into that. But look at the Central Caribbean. As expected, more rain and storms building up near Jamaica. We were talking about this together last week. And again, that's all coming true. Some of that moisture feeding in. We just had a tropical wave pass by Suriname, Guyana, and Trinidad and Tobago. Let me show you those. Let me broaden out the picture. Here's the Caribbean, Bahamas up here, and you can see out here lots bubbling up, but I do not expect any development out of these tropical waves. But we know tropical waves can give us flooding, even if they aren't a named system. So I'll watch them as they move in. But 1 in the Caribbean, 3 more tropical waves out there in the Atlantic. So through the week ahead, I'll be on top of these for you. I'll be watching these as these pull closer. Now out here, a big blob in the Eastern Pacific, not really seeing any signs of development out of that, but a sign that things are getting a little more active in the Eastern Pacific. So keep an eye on that side as well. All right, let me take you through it and what we're going to see throughout the week, the flood threat, and where there could be a storm trying to develop. Now, this is today. Look at that moisture near Costa Rica, Panama feeding in. Honduras, Nicaragua will have some, at least a chance of rain. Jamaica, Cuba, Cayman Islands, Haiti, Dominican Republic, Puerto Rico, spotty showers and storms. Still some wet weather parts of Guyana, Suriname, Trinidad and Tobago. Passing showers, Dominica, St. Lucia, Barbados, Grenada, and St. Vincent of the Grenadines. Now look at tomorrow. Just what I was showing you, I think about 4 or 5 days ago. Look at things flaring up again. Lots of moisture starting to build up here near the Cayman Islands. We need some rain. We'll have a better chance tomorrow. Maybe even get a few spotty showers, Belize and the Yucatan of Mexico. But this here in this, especially central and eastern Cuba, Jamaica, Cayman Islands, into Haiti and the Dominican Republic, that could give us some isolated areas of flooding. Please spread the word on that. Could see some higher river levels for sure with this rain. Then by Wednesday, look what happens. Still lots of rain. Nicaragua, scattered to widespread rain and storms. Cayman Islands, Jamaica, Cuba again, and then feeding toward the Turks and Caicos and Bahamas. Now at this point on Wednesday, that's when something subtropical may try to develop. I'm also watching here off the coast of Barbados, east side, as we get into the Atlantic waters, watching that next tropical wave getting closer. So again, as I mentioned, it is getting busy out there. Let me stop it on Thursday. Now, a couple of things on Thursday. Still the potential of heavy and flooding rain near Jamaica, Cuba, Haiti, and the Dominican Republic. I'm giving you the early heads up. Again, the forecast will change some. Weather's not an exact science. I do the best I can, but there is going to be somewhere in here a very high chance of rain. With that, I'm giving the early heads up that we will see some flooding. I'm going to monitor that for you. And then up here, there could be a spin developing near the Bahamas, which may be tropical or subtropical in nature late on Thursday into Friday. That's where something may eventually develop. So I'm going to keep an eye on this area here late this week, kind of splitting Florida and Bermuda for the potential of a brief storm popping up. But regardless of that, regardless of if we have a named system, there's going to be a ton of moisture feeding in. That is going to be the concern. Of course, some spots still way too dry. We know how that's been, but others will be getting dumped on. Now, just through tomorrow night, the rain very spotty. Nothing. It's about 25 millimeters, generally Grenada north through Antigua and Barbuda, Anguilla, Puerto Rico, some passing showers, a little bit more Trinidad, Guyana, and Suriname, where some spots could get over 50 millimeters. And this here through tomorrow, Haiti and the Dominican Republic, Jamaica, Cuba, we'll have some spots over 75 millimeters or 3 inches of rain. Things are going to start to build today, but especially tomorrow with that higher chance of rain. That's where we can see the flooding. If we get, see that white shading? If we get 100 millimeters of rain or 4 inches, we are going to have some flooding. Watching the DR, Haiti, Cuba, Jamaica, and on the edge of it in the Cayman Islands. Elsewhere, watching out for some downpours, Honduras, Nicaragua, Costa Rica, Panama, parts of Colombia. Aruba, Curacao, and Bonaire, we have been in between systems on the edge of it. That'll be the case again throughout the week ahead. Hopefully, we could at least squeak in a few showers. So let me take you through some forecasts, and then I want to talk about the upcoming hurricane season. Now, for today, a 20% chance of rain in Belize, a 30% chance tomorrow and Wednesday. We've had some showers around the last 2 days, just nothing widespread. That'll be the case again today. Rain chance will go up, especially tomorrow in the Cayman Islands. I showed you that blob of rain. More of it will be near Jamaica, but it is going to be nearby. So fingers crossed we get some rain as we work our way into the Cayman Islands. Swinging back toward Jamaica, look at tomorrow, the very high 80% chance of rain. Areas of flooding, please, this is a weather community for you. put what you've got going on in the comments if you've got some flooding, or if you have nothing at all, put it in the comments. That way, other people, we could all kind of feed off of that, see what's going on where you are. Very important as things start to crank up as we get into the hurricane season. St. Martin, for example, 20-30% chance over towards Saba of a passing shower or storm possible. 30% chance St. Lucia today, tomorrow, Wednesday, up to a 40% chance. And with more of those tropical waves headed in, rain chance will bump up slightly later this week. Grenada, the same thing, 30 to 40% chance of a passing shower or storm.
All right, folks, the bottom line is get ready. That's that guy. He's awesome, Mr. Weatherman. He's the only weatherman that focuses on the Caribbean. And this time of year, we are locked in and tuned into him, honey child. I love him. And he says our name right, the Cayman Islands. He doesn't say the Caymans. He gets it right. So yes, you got to be vigilant this time of year and really be on the lookout. You know what? The other day I was scrolling through social media, and I saw something. Let me have a look here. I'm going to tell you. I saw like an old advertisement. I think this was oh gosh, what's his name? Not Curtis. What's his name now? Ebanks. Oh Lord. You know, it doesn't make any sense to search for Ebankses on your list of friends on Facebook. That's about 50 people right there. Clinton, he posted something. I think he's in the old timers group. And so he shared something on social media, like these old time adverts and whatever. And I had to chuckle to myself because I said, you know what? We're always knocking people about calling us the Caymans when it's not, it's the Cayman Islands. And as it turns out, this advert from way back in the day that was like trying to promote tourism, come to the Caymans. And I want to say that it was a DOT advert, but let me double check. So I said, imagine our own people, local people, were advertising the Cayman Islands back in this might have been the early 80s, late 70s, whatever. And they were using the term Cayman. So it's no wonder everybody else gets it wrong because we've obviously set the wrong example. I think it's old Cayman or something it's called. Let me see. I'm in this group, so sometimes I see their post. But yeah, let me see if I can find it. I had to chuckle when I saw it. I said, now I know where the problem comes in from. So these were like old newspaper ads and stuff from, I guess, magazines overseas. Encouraging people to visit our beautiful islands. And we were calling it the Caymans. So if I can find it, I'm definitely going to share. You guys should check out this Facebook group, Old Cayman. They share a lot of very interesting Caymanian and historical tidbits. So I'm scrolling to see if I can just put my fingers on that one for you, because that made me chuckle. I said, oh yeah, here you know. The Caymans. Come and visit us, the Caymans. Hot mess. 936 Bobo. 936-2626 is the telephone number. So lots of rain out there. Some areas are definitely flooded. Please be careful. On the roadway, because God knows we definitely don't need any more accidents. It has so many interesting photos on this Old Cayman page. It's really some throwback moments. Miss Rose posted a picture of her grandfather, Mr. Lloyd McLaughlin, with his thatched basket by the seashore. Oh, that's a tongue twister. Seashore. I was going to say seashore. Oh, here it is. I think this is it. Oh, yes. So this was actually a Cayman Airways ad. Ooh, honey chill. Let's look at this one. So this now, this says, what year does this post say? This was January of 1975. Whoa, this is a throwback moment. I was just a little itty bitty. So look at this advert. And you see now where it says, If you've never been to the Cayman Islands, you should be ashamed. A lot of people call the Caymans the best diving in the world. See? I'm assuming this is Department of Tourism or whatever it was back then. Yes, Cayman Islands Department of Tourism. You could fill out this little form and have them contact you if you're interested. So see, there we are misusing it. Our own marketing team back in 1975, January of 1975, was calling it the Caymans. A lot of people call the Caymans the best diving in the world. And we've got the whole beautiful story, plus brochures on these fine resorts and diving facilities. Yours free for the asking. Imagine that. Morning, caller. Sunset House, Spanish Bay Reef, Surfside Water Sports, Buccaneers Inn. Where was Buccaneers Inn? Where was that one? Bob Soto, Holiday Inn and Dive Shop, Beach Club Colony. That was the original name, Beach Club Colony? And Bob Soto's Lodge. So Bob Soto had a Holiday Inn and Georgetown Dive Shop plus a lodge? Huh. And of course, Cayman Airways Limited, the flag carrier of the Cayman Islands. Caller, are you there?
Yes, ma'am.
Mm-hmm.
There's no such thing as a tax basket. It's a ground basket.
It's a ground basket?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I appreciate you.
Thank you.
You learn something every day, honey chow. So yes, there it is. All right. So thank you, Leroy. Yes, you can find this gentleman, the weatherman, there on Mr. Weatherman on YouTube. I've actually shared the link already in the comment section. So feel free to go look him up. Yeah, when I saw this made me chuckle. I said, here we go again, talking about the Caymans. Ay. Hot tamales. Hot tamales. So Ms. Shirley says today would be a good day to start the environmental impact assessment for the East-West Arterial. Why? Because we need to see it raining? I don't know that would actually impact the I'm not so sure, Shirley, that would make a difference. Of course, the road is going to be built up for sure. But you can't start it before all the things are in place. So I don't know exactly when that's going to happen. Jim says it annoys me when people say the Caymans. Ms. Morna says we have 3 islands, do we? Just asking. Yes, it's definitely 3. The Cayman Islands. Jim is like, this is how you pronounce it. Ms. Brenda says it irritates me like hearing people say soccer. Oh, instead of football. Okay. Miss Brenda has posted a photo of her maternal grandfather on that page. Oh, yeah? Okay. Leroy having a laugh about that video we played. Well, how did he say Minami? I can't even pronounce it. I can't even pronounce the mispronunciation of the helper's name. What did he say she was called? Minami Sanja or something? I don't even know. Did y'all see that funny video where this guy was saying that he actually got the helper's name wrong for like 2 months? He was calling her the wrong thing. And everybody's like, what? How can you call this poor woman the wrong thing? No, sir, for 2 months. And I'm surprised she never corrected him, to be honest. That's the only thing that kind of had me going, she never said to you, that ain't my name. Oh my gosh. I see the neighbor trying to walk the little dog, and the dog is like, nope, I'm not going anywhere. Leave me alone. All right, let me tell y'all a dog story about Zeus. You know, he's part of the family now, honey child, so y'all can get the occasional Zeus story. So, Zeus is so funny. Now, you know, if you've had dogs in your life, you will know this. Some dogs really enjoy rainy weather like this. They don't mind getting wet. And some of y'all get these prim and proper dogs that all they want to do is stay inside. They don't want to get the little paws wet. They're like, oh, they don't want to walk on grass. Have you ever met a dog that doesn't want to walk on grass? See how many y'all just be raising these bougie dogs. I don't know where they come out from. But dogs are meant to be free and run around in the yard a little bit. Hopefully you got some yard space that's fenced in because you can't be trusting an unfenced yard with other people's dogs. And they're just so funny, right? So Coco was the best dog because she did not mind getting her paws wet. She was all about that crazy life. She would get wet. She would get her paws wet. She didn't mind a bath time. Then she'd roll. We call it the roly-poly. She then roll on the on her towel after you gave her a bath. That was like her thing to do, is kind of like try and dry herself off, rolling all over the place. Well, it looks like Zeus kind of has a little bit of the same personality because he does not mind getting down and dirty. Oh my God. This dog, he just doesn't seem to like to walk because he doesn't have it in his head quite yet that you go to the bathroom outside, not inside my house. We're not going to be mat training you inside. You go outside. Come rain, shine, snow, whatever, you're going outside, right? But he enjoys, like if you let him out in the backyard, he enjoys running around and getting into everything. So apparently, I didn't realize this till last night. He has discovered slugs in the garden and he puts everything in his mouth. They're just like babies. Babies go through this stage where it's an oral fixation. Everything goes in the mouth. Well, that's Zeus right now. Everything. If he was in here right now, he'd be trying to nibble on my slippers, on my toes. Like everything goes into the mouth. Those little baby teeth getting a workout. I gave him toys. He's got chew toys. He's got bones. Gigi has donated some of her own toys, some of her stuffed animals for him already. He'll play with those and he still come trying to bite on something else. So he went to the groomers yesterday, got his face all nicely touched up and everything. You don't cut their actual body until they're of like a particular age. So he's like too young. I think they make them go up until maybe even closer to a year before they give them like a proper haircut and stuff. But they just trim up his face and his little paws, so that the nails don't get too sharp or whatever. Check the ears and stuff, make sure the ears are nice and clean, brush his teeth, that sort of stuff. So anyway, he went for a little grooming appointment yesterday. And then yesterday evening, we come home. The dog is in, I don't know, some bush in the garden, digging out slugs and this and that. Oh my God, when I saw him, I was like, you just literally got groomed. Cost me money to groom you, and look at you. You don't look like you've been groomed. So I picked him up and put him in the basin, and I said, utility tub, and I said, guess who's going to get another bath for the day? So then he got another bath. He was not happy with that part. He was trying to come out. I was like, no, you don't. So he got another bath, got dried off again. And so I told my husband, I said, don't take him in the backyard because then he starts exploring. He gets in dirt. He gets in bushes. He looks like a crazy dog. Walk him out the front, and he's not as likely once you have him on the leash to go completely crazy. Yeah. Anyway, he doesn't seem to mind the rain. He doesn't mind wet grass. He's all about the crazy life. So, yes. Animal House should have them have what? A pig ear. No, he has he has the bones and stuff already. But he just is going through this thing where he will chew on any and everything. He likes to pull on his blanket and pull on other people's blankets. I saw him pulling on the curtains the other day. I was like, what? Oh, yes. King says, I miss little Coco. Bless her heart. Yeah, she was the sweetest little dog. And Zeus has a good little personality too. But, at this age, his personality is obviously still emerging. And so are some bad habits already. So you've got to put them under manners real quick, because if you let them get out of control, believe me, as a pet owner, you will regret it. Just like with your children. And so when he starts barking because he wants to come out of his cage because he just wants to tell you what to do, I'm like, no, honey child, you don't tell me what to do around here. I don't know how that works. So after he had his little bath, him and I lay down on the sofa, and we had the best late afternoon nap together. Like we both just napped and snoozed. At one point, he almost fell off the sofa because then he rolled over in his back, and I was there snoring and sleeping. And I was like, I felt him kind of move, and I was like, oh my God, he's about to fall off. But we just had the best little bonding time yesterday. Miss Shirley says an EIA will help determine if surrounding communities will be affected by flooding and would be helpful in mitigating flood disasters. Oh, there'll be plenty of time once the EIA starts for us to see all that, my dear. One thing about Cayman is we get our fair share of rain. It's not like we have, complete dry spells. We get a lot of it. Ms. Sue says, I find that so annoying when tourists say the Caymans. It's Cayman 3 Islands. Oh, it's Cayman Islands. Yes. Miss Brenda says, like I keep saying, if you haven't grown up in Cayman, you wouldn't know what is a Caymanian. So old Cayman Brack was Buccaneers Inn. Oh, where was that? Jess says, asking who was the director of tourism in 1975. Buccaneers Inn was a hotel in Cayman Brack. There you go. Natasha's saying, call the police for the dog or DOE ASAP if it doesn't drown. That's animal cruelty. In fact, Natasha, that's a very good idea. Let me send, I can actually send that to the only welfare officer right now, which is kind of sad. They can't keep them because you crazy people keep threatening these poor welfare officers. And so they don't want any part of that. So I think the only one that's there now is Eric Bodden. He's been there for a minute. So I'll send him this picture and see if he can go and do a welfare check on the dog. Request a welfare check. Of course, only so much one officer can do. All right. Okay, Miss Sandy, I hope that you're keeping dry so far, because I haven't had to go outside yet. But can you please reiterate to the public that careless driving is not for this weather? My God, I drove from Georgetown to West Bay and via the Esterly Tibbetts Highway, and there were so many cars speeding, and there's a lot of water in the road. We need to be more careful, not only for ourselves, but also other road users. Are we not seeing the accidents happening each day? God help us. Girl, yes, sir. My dear, I have to wonder. Another accident again? What? He looks alert and fine, but the ambulance haven't made it yet. So dude under a Carby Kirk's home. What the heck is a Carby Kirk's home? What the heck? That's a cyclist? Another accident? Oh, near Kirk's home. I thought he was on a bike. I think he's on a bike. Oh my God, look at this one. He looked like he's underneath the car. Jeez, I really now don't want to go on the road. I'm not normally a apprehensive person when it comes to driving. But I tell you what, even in the States, like when it's like Florida, oh my God, I lived in Florida for 15 years. South Florida is the lightning capital of the world, right? They can get some afternoon storms, even in Tampa, that were epic. Sometimes that'd be like on Dale Mabry on the interstate. What was that? 275 or 75? Anyway, one of those. Trying to get to work, because I used to live all the way over by USF, and then I worked. This was back in the day when I worked at Walmart all the way out Dale Mabry. I had this long 45-minute drive back and forth to work. Oh God, some days I'd be so tired. And when it would start pouring down rain, one of the things that I would do is I would pull off the road right underneath the little, pull off in a safe spot underneath the overpass, because the visibility would go down to nothing. It'd be raining so hard. So look at this latest accident now. What a hot mess. Right by Kirk Home Center. A cyclist, looked like he's almost underneath the car. Hopefully he's okay. How many accidents do you think we can have today? I mean, we've already had at least 3 or 4 that I'm aware of. So I'm going to go with the number 10 as the magic number. Because honestly, this is a lot. Allie says it's 4 islands if you count Owen Island. Well, we don't. We don't count Owen Island. Not officially like that. But Miss Brenda also says originally there were 4 islands. One was covered up by the earthquake and tsunami. Which earthquake and tsunami was that? When was this? 500 BC? Or BE, before everything? Huh. I have not heard of this one before. So, all right, let me address some other things that are coming in. So good morning. Amelia says, good luck. Eric Biden never answers calls. Well, no, he answers me. I don't know about you, honey chill, but he definitely answers my call. So let me address this issue that I got. This is being circulated and forwarded around. So I want to make this very, very clear. Oh my gosh. Hearing that the dump is on fire again? What? Well, this is a perfect day for that to be on fire because the rain will help. Oh my God. Seriously? My apologies. What next today? No, sir. All right. Okay. So I'm just screenshotting this. I want to share this post I got earlier with you guys, and then I'm going to address it. Because I don't know what do y'all be sending me some jacked up stuff sometimes. I'd be like, really? Y'all really want to take me on some of these topics? Like, seriously? Are y'all crazy? Oh my God. Yeah. Okay, here we go. Hold on. Let me pull this one up. So somebody sent this, and I was like, what? Sometimes y'all create something in your head that simply does not exist. And this happens to be one of those situations, but I'm also going to clarify something for the benefit of everybody in relation to this. Let me grab this. Let me screenshot the message. And oh my gosh, another accident? You're kidding me. Accent bypass going to Camana Bay. No way. Oh my God. Are you kidding me? So that's at least 4, 5, 6. You know what? I'm gonna up it. I know I said 10. But I think I'm gonna now go with maybe 13. Lucky number 13. How many of y'all gonna what number are you gonna go with this morning? So many accidents for the day. Wow. Alejandro says fire in the rain. You can't even make it up. Well, that dump is always simmering underneath, so I'm not really surprised. Leroy says I'm going with 18 for the day. Nathina is going to go at 12. Wow. Oh my gosh. Hold on. Let me show this, and then I'm going to start this discussion. Oh my God. Okay, here we go. So this one now is looks like a, hold on, is this a truck? What kind of truck is this? First Lady's going with 15. Ramilia's going to go at 25 accidents for the day. Lord Jesus. Siobhan says 20. Alejandro says, okay, that's history. I don't say Cayman is a volcano that has been dormant. Yeah, I don't know. I would love to hear more about that story, Miss Brenda, because I'm not familiar with that one. But look at this. Look, yeah. Another one again. Wow. OMG. Y'all need to slow down. Oh my gosh. Listen, nothing wrong with driving like a granny on a day like this, where you just like this at a steering wheel and you can make sure you see really good, and you just take your time driving slow. You look to the left, you look to the right, you check all your mirrors. Oh my gosh, I don't really know if I want to go out today. Can I just stay home? Jeez, some peace. No, sir. I don't want to be stuck in 5 o'clock traffic today. Siobhan says maybe 30 accidents with how these people are driving. Oh my God. Unbelievable. Court is going to be busy soon, says Leroy, always. All right, so let me talk about this. Let me pull this one in. All right, so listen. Someone sent me this morning. And this is a question that somebody says she's going to go with 18 accidents for the day as well. All right, animal control will be dispatched now. Thank you so much, Mr. Eric. Appreciate you. Oh gosh, is this more accident videos and stuff? Hold on. My poor computer moving kind of slow now. Let me close out this app and restart it. It's kind of spinning. Yeah, so they're going to go check on that dog for us. Be responsible pet owners. How hard can it be? Ugh. My computer seems a little bit sluggish. All right, let me see if I can do it from my phone. I think if I upload it to Dropbox, I should be able to do it. So let me see now. So we do this, and then we say Dropbox, and then we pick the folder, choose a different folder, and we can put it photos. So let me do this. Good morning, caller. Welcome to the program. Photos.
On the break, I think that, if it goes like this all day raining, I would say maybe 3 cars per hour.
How many in total?
Maybe, I don't know. You do the maths.
Oh my gosh, that's a lot.
But you know what? You know what's so confusing, right? You know, the energy that the police have when they're ready to hide around the bushes and then turn their cars off so that they can prevent the people that they're trying to catch from spotting them. Because as far as I know, the lights that they have is supposed to deter the crime, isn't it?
Which lights is that? The police lights?
The lights that they have running, the blue and red lights, and I think that's the traffic police is the blue and red ones. I'm not sure if it's
I don't even know. That whole lighting thing kind of confused me, to be honest.
But this is the thing.
You see them from a distance, so I guess that's good, but I don't know.
They be okay. You see, when you come in, let me see if I can get it right now. The Linford Pearson Highway is the one that comes off of King Sports Center, right? Or that's the east. I don't even remember the name of the east highway.
That's Linford Pearson.
So where they have that new development, right? Where they have the new condos or hotels or whatever they want to call those things. There's officers that park right on the bend of that roundabout, and they'll walk out in the middle of the road. Well, I would say in the middle of the bicycle lane, just to point a speed gun at the violators. I would assume that they're trying to catch. And really and truly, I still think that's unnecessary. They should just park up right there by the speedometer and make people see that, hey, you're speeding, and then they just do their job. But their job isn't their job to try to keep the crime at bay instead of trying to catch crime like that. I mean, is it a crime to be driving on the road that way?
It's a crime to be speeding and stuff. So
I know it is, but their enforcement is very, very slack in my opinion, because they're just so predictable nowadays. I mean, if they can just
I don't know. I mean, if they're hiding, then
they're not supposed to be hiding.
Why not?
They're not supposed to be hiding, Sonny, because I mean, what sense is that?
Because then they catch people who are speeding.
You're just gonna promote. You're gonna promote people to speed so that you can catch them. I mean, that's not right. I mean, that's almost like as if you're setting a rat trap, isn't it? We already know the police are out there, but that's a sneaky tactic, and that's not right.
How is that sneaky? You're out there doing what you're doing, and the police just sit back and watch you, and then they catch you doing what you're doing. They're not telling you to go out there and speed. They're not forcing you to speed.
The police's presence is to remind the people that there is an enforcement, isn't it?
Well, that's exactly what they're doing. They're enforcing the speeds.
They're hiding. But they're hiding. What are they doing? Cops and robbers?
To enforce the speed limit.
I know, but Sunday they should have the police car out there to remind people that, hey, we have highway patrol at least. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, if you don't see the police, it's only gonna promote you to speed. That's all. And then when you're hiding, you're not promoting the protection of the people by making sure that that is being enforced if they consider traffic officers.
I'm not following the logic, Alejandro, but leave me there. We do have another caller who's trying to get onto the program. I appreciate it. That's what the police are supposed to do. I don't don't understand. I'm not sure I get the logic there at all. By catching you doing what you're doing anyway, they're not forcing you to speed. I don't get it. They're out there setting up speed traps, which is a good thing because they catch people speeding all the time with these speed traps. What do you want to do? Sit in the middle of the road and be like, here I am? Now, sometimes y'all, I've seen this happen the other day. I was in South Sound and somebody flashed me. I think it was South Sound. Somebody flashed to say there was a police up ahead. You know, people do that all the time, even in the States. And that definitely made me check my speed. But if I was speeding, I was speeding and I deserved to get caught. How else are we going to make our roadways safe? I'm confused. Yeah, they shouldn't be speeding in the first place, says Mr. Amelia. I don't know. First Lady says, okay, leave us at that topic. Radar detectors are illegal in this country, far as I know. Let's just move on. My brain is confused. Okay. All right, let's address this one. There's another one that has my brain confused. So this one says, good morning all. So they must have sent this in one of their little groups. Did anyone notice what was so amazing about the Jesus March parade last weekend? Not one of the Cayman mainstream media gave it any coverage. Cayman Mall Road paid homage to Mario Rankin's accident just to attack him, his lifestyle, and his family. Oh, Katina, can you please get a life? Yet they will give the LGBTQ plus full coverage. Plus, note this, they get a whole month to flaunt their stuff. I don't even know what that means. Who gets a whole month? Oh, the LGBT. I don't even know what they're talking about, but okay. It shows that they're all in bed with the devil. Very sad which agenda is their preference. Katina, you and your Bible thumping self really need to seek the Lord in a different kind of way. First of all, somebody sent this to me this morning. Let me be very clear. You're better off not even sending me stupid stuff like this, because that's exactly what I think of this, and it's exactly what I think of Katina. Y'all know that I do not like Katina. I do not respect her in any way, shape, or form. She wants to claim that she's a Christian now, and all of you will sit down and conveniently forget what a horrible person she is and what a horrible mother. She only had one friggin' job in this world and put no energy into that. Now, I get it. Christians are all about forgiveness, and somebody could be the worst person in the world, and we must just forget all the bad that they've done. Okay, y'all keep that energy, but don't use that energy to come for me. First of all, I knew nothing about your event. So that speaks volumes to you, Katina, as the organizer, because somebody told me yesterday she's the organizer, and she hasn't paid her bill for the t-shirts that she ordered. Oh, Jesus, did you hear that? A so-called Christian trying to lambast me, but not paying her bills for her Walk for Jesus March. Really? At least members of the LGBT community that I deal with pay their bills. Well, most of them, not all, because they're humans. Just like you, some of them are bad people too. Go pay your bill to the designer, a young Caymanian business who's struggling. He needs that money for his rent and to pay the guys who helped him make your t-shirts. That's what you need to be focusing on this morning. You see when y'all come for me? Now, I wasn't going to say nothing about the fact that you owe money out in the streets for your little event, which I heard about yesterday. But did you invite anybody from the media? You certainly didn't invite me. Not that I probably would mind you not inviting me. You didn't invite me. Did you invite the Compass? Did you invite anybody that cares? Some mainstream media wasn't there. Who was there? You had some other non-mainstream media? Oh my God. Wait a minute. I just had a moment. CMR is now considered mainstream media? Well, only in the eyes of a Katina England, honey child. Like, seriously? When did that happen? Oh my God. What the heck? I'm having like a blonde hair moment right now. Katina, please go sit down with your Bible. You need to do better. You really, really need to do better. Oh, I'm attacking Mario. Oh, Mario is your little friend. Oh, kissy, kissy. Oh, poor Mario. The day Mario kills somebody in the streets, I want somebody like you with your Bible thumping self to then come and have a conversation with me, because it's only a matter of time. I just hope it's not one of your family members, because you'd be the first one trying to go kill somebody and end up in jail next to your son. I'm just saying. Y'all are just ridiculous. So let me try to understand in your mind how this works, right? Your event didn't get any coverage from mainstream media. And so that's everybody else's fault, not yours. Obviously, you did such a great job marketing it, I'm sure. Okay. And you're concerned that we're talking about Mario attacking his lifestyle, his family. Really, girl? Are you smoking something or what? Because I mean, no, let me not go down the whole crack conversation. Sandy, just hold it together and don't do it, because this girl ain't got no sense. We know already your obsession with the LGBTQ plus community. Why are you so obsessed with them? Could it be something deep inside you that you need to be exploring? Because most people, when they have that kind of energy and hate for the LGBTQ plus community, it's because they got a little nugget inside of them that they're trying to deal with that. Right? Now, y'all might have to remind me, but was her son involved, or was that his cousin? Because them Anglins from West Bay, ooh, some of them got some bad mojo in that blood. I don't know what the hell that is. But which one was it that killed the homosexual guy in West Bay, burnt him in his car? Listen to how evil these people are and want to talk about the Bible. But what they didn't talk about in that case, and I believe it's her son, but I stand to be corrected, right, is that they actually had sex with the man. But they hate members of the LGBT community so much that they having sex with them? An Anglin? Y'all need to shut up. Please, don't have me speak the truth on who you people really are. Leave that community alone. They're not doing anything to you. Right? You think you didn't get media coverage because of the LGBT community? Maybe the reason why they get media coverage is because they actually contact the media. Because they know a little thing or two about marketing. The stupidity is like mind-boggling. Your hate for other people is mind-boggling just based on who they are. You got energy, girl, to be suing the governor over the LGBT community. Why didn't you sue over the rampant crime and the countless murders that have been committed by your family members, taking innocent lives in these streets? Why didn't you go sue somebody over that injustice? I'm just saying, yes, Jesus definitely got to take the wheel around here. Because some of you are just utterly disgusting. Katina, I have zero energy and time for you, girl. I don't like you. I don't like your energy. I don't want to hear anything about you or any event that you're planning. This March for Jesus, go march to pay the designer the money you owe him for those t-shirts for the March for Jesus. Caller, buenos dias.
Yes, good morning, Sandy. Good subject.
Mm-hmm. These people are so hateful, huh? Come on, they
Oh
Christians.
my God. You know, Christianity is out of the equation with me, because people think that you got Christianity, you one step to getting into heaven. My take on about Christianity is a membership to a religion. When Christ walked this earth, he never mentioned anything about Christianity. He talked about spirituality.
Mm-hmm.
And he created every living human being on earth.
Mm-hmm.
I do not like when people are putting other people down. And it's so sad that we have people with that type of mentality and they go into church. I tell people, I said, listen, if you want to be near to God, you got to be more like him.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Would he be doing what you all are doing? If you find somebody in the supermarket doing the right thing, sweeping the floor, or mopping the floor, packing the shelves, go up to them and uplift them.
Yeah.
Don't put them down. you wait until they do one little thing, and then I got to find a manager and I got to find a supervisor to report them. No, uplift everybody. People got to start getting their act together and stop putting foreigners down. I mean, we of course, I'm not taking out for any specific group or ethnic group of people, but the thing about it is people have to start to respect, or a lot of Caymanians have to respect immigrants in this island. Would those immigrants clean their grandfather and grandparents' butts, give them a bath? No, they wouldn't. And the people got to realize that some of these people are more educated than we are. Why do they have to act the way they're doing?
A good question. Thank you, caller.
Okay, Sandy.
Thank you.
Keep it up.
Yes, my love. And I want to be very, very crystal clear. I said this during the whole debacle with the governor and that whole situation. Let me say it again for all those in the back of the classroom, right? I am fully supportive of people, adults, being in adult relationships and loving who they love. Okay? That's on them. That's not my business. I'm not in that community. If you're not harming children and unwilling participants, then good on you. Love. We need more love in the world. Stop being a hater. Somebody said that it's her nephew, Chad Anglin, who was responsible for killing that member of the LGBT community after having sex with him. Murdered the man in cold blood. You need to go preach some more love. Good morning, caller.
Good morning. Good morning. Yes, Sandy. Christianity is in your heart.
They do themselves a disservice when they do stuff like this.
The Bible tells us of everything else, love is the greatest.
Yes.
Now, who are you and me to judge? I'm not in this world to judge anyone because I'm the one that does that.
The only person I'm going to judge is child molesters, honey child.
I wasn't in Cayman, but I keep in touch with things.
Yes.
And me personally thought it could have been better because I know there's got to be at least 500 churches in Cayman. So that parade or festival or whatever they had should have been up until today. They should have been walking because what happened, we have so much, but a lot didn't turn out. And a lot didn't turn out for whatever reason.
Yes.
But what I want to say, as a Christian, you should not even have to open your mouth for someone to say that you are Christian. All of these that running around and hallelujah, praise the Lord, forbid this and burn in hell and all of that. Who are we? Who are we? We have to live as an example. Somebody say, if it's a Christian out there and I say, I know it's a Christian because of the way they talk, the way they carry themselves, the way they love on people. That is Christianity. I think that's what Christ wants us to be, Christ-like. And like that, but that caller just say, he didn't come for the world to be like this. He did not come to this world for us to behave in this manner. Yes, I may not condone a lot of things, but there's got to be love.
Yeah.
You have to
trust
love.
me when I tell you, there is more love in that community than there are in a lot of these churches. I'm going to be very, very honest with you.
Well, I want to say that. I want to just say that. I see the way they move. Even here, you can see their love and affection. No, that's not me. That's not my style.
And
but
listen,
I'm not gonna stop talking to them.
I'm just talking about not even that kind of love. I'm just talking about friendship, platonic love, being accepting of people, right, for who they are. People in that community because they're
types of love.
Because they're so marginalized by the community, they tend to be way more accepting than most people.
Yes, they do. They do. I admit that. And again, you know what happened to us Caymanians? Narrow-mindedness. If so much you want, I was asking around, if so much of them was so, why they was on the bus? Sacrifice. Get out in the sun. If you're a Christian, what you riding on the bus for? If you're not an elderly or whatever.
Well, I know one thing the good Lord said. He said you must pay your bills. Start with that for your March for Jesus.
Of course. Well, I'm not getting into that.
Yeah, well, I gotta get into it because they know when they come for
um,
me, and I know all the stuff, so I'm gonna let it all out.
Yeah, but for everyone is
Seriously.
own. But I just think that we, as a Christian quote, open close quote, we need to show our Christianity. Stop running up and down condemning this one child and this one, and that. No, we can't do anything about that. We cannot do anything about it. We should not try to do anything about that. Them just sitting down up in the church. Come out. The Christians is worldly people that we as Christians need to minister to. Where you sitting down up in the church? Where you sitting down up in the buses, in the car, in the air condition? Up here, I see in the month of March and April, there's the Hindu. If I tell you, when those people, one little area, they get together, they march on the street, there's a day that everybody brings something, take to the poor, they work, they feed the poor, they do you are Christian, you are welcome. Muslims the same way. It's only the Christians that are divided. It's only the Christians that are divided. Because John Brown go to Captain John church today, tomorrow he realized that Captain John got some followers that pay good offering.
Oh my
Boom,
gosh, there's so much
they go
division
there.
within these churches.
They
Greed.
go there. It's too much.
Yeah.
It's
Thank
too
you,
much.
caller.
And
I appreciate it.
It makes me mad to see that Christians and the way we behave amongst each other.
Appreciate it, love.
Bye-bye.
Have a good one. Gabby's, she does the side eye and the popcorn. Perla says, preach it, Sandy. Denver says we have too many churches and make-believe Christians in our islands. Government needs to stop issuing business licenses and not renew dozens of them. Miss Sue says, absolutely right, Sandy. Paul says, sounds like she's going to be blocked. Well, we hope that she don't even listen to the program. Perla says, kaboom. First Lady says, fix her, Auntie Sandy. Ciao, man. Millions of people died over the years due to religion and religious beliefs and hate. Yeah. Oh my God. Siobhan says a lot of people are pretending to be Christians and they aren't. They're just bench warmers and always breaking down church door every time it's opened. She really got a big hang up, and she's obsessed with LGBT community, and I don't know why. But like I said, normally when you're obsessed like that, something is really deep and going on. Gully says, wow, Cayman is hurting my heart. Best place on earth, now going to hell. My God. Listen, even the people in the Muslim community, we've got the Indian folks. Every year they invite me to their little event. I've not gone yet because it just turns out that I'm always busy when they send me the invite, but they extend the invitation. I don't have time to sit here and judge people based on, oh, you're a Muslim, you're a Christian, you're an atheist, you're a Buddhist, you're a this, you're that. Just like I don't have time to be judging you what you're doing between the sheets in your own privacy. That's your life. Like I said, once it doesn't involve non-consenting people, animals, or children, I do not care. Right? Members of the LGBTQ plus community are our friends. They're family members. And I'm not going to castigate an entire community just to make somebody like a Katina Anglin, who she needs to remember from when she came, to placate her and make her happy. Somebody said that Katina took her craziness from one extreme to the next, from a raging crackhead to an extreme Christian. The effects of her crack use is evident. I mean, everybody know. People have extended a lot of graciousness to her, and we're so glad. Okay, now she's went to law school. But listen, honey child, when you were out in those streets on crack, probably some of those same members of the LGBTQ plus community were the ones feeding you and giving you some place to live other than in the bushes. Stop the hate. Get over it already. Caller, good morning.
Good morning, Sunday. Let me just turn this back a little bit here. I got something my sister sent me just this morning. A class of students were asked to list what is considered to be 7 wonders of the world. There were some in disagreements. Egypt, Great Pyramids, the Taj Mahal, the Grand Canyon, the Panama Canal, Empire State Building,
Mm-hmm.
St. Peter's Basilica, and China Great Wall.
Mm-hmm.
Received most of the votes from the students. While gathering the votes, the teacher noticed that one student, a quiet girl, hadn't turned her papers in.
Mm-hmm.
So she asked the girl if she was having trouble with her list. The quiet girl replied, yes, a little. I couldn't quite make up my mind because there are so many. Well, tell us what you have and maybe we can help. She hesitated a little, and then I think the 7 wonders of the world are to touch, for one, to taste, to see, to hear, to feel, to laugh, and to love. And the teacher was startled, and the room was so quiet that they could have heard a pin drop. The quiet girl challenged them to think a little different and reminded us that the things we overlook as simple and ordinary are often the most wonderful, and we don't have to travel far and wide just to experience them.
Beautiful.
Slow down and appreciate, touch, taste, see, hear, feel, laugh, and love.
I
thought I
appreciate
would
it.
share that with you and many people that are listening.
Thank you so much, my dear.
You are the gift of life.
Appreciate you. Thank you. All right, folks, we're at the end of the show today. Someone said that she actually, I didn't even know, like I said, I didn't hear anything about this event, but somebody said she actually went and advertised with Radio Cayman. Well, there you go. You advertise at Radio Cayman, then there's your mainstream media that covered it for you. What more attention do you want? Hopefully you'll pay that bill, but you've advertised with them. So, you should have gotten more than enough attention. Oh, you want attention from CMR as well? Girl, please go take 50 million seats. Okay. Find some love in your heart. That Bible must be so hollow that you walk around with. Put love in your heart, Katina. Okay. Find it. Really look at the life that Jesus lived. Huh? You'll be fine. You'll get over your obsession with the LGBTQ plus community. Maybe you need to find your girlfriend, I'm not sure. But you'll get over it one way or the other. Debbie says you can't fix stupid. Siobhan says instead of judging people, they need to be praying for people, but instead they'd rather judge and put them down. I get triggered so bad with fake and hypocrites in church because instead of actually being a Christian, they're just fakes and bench warmers. Because if you're a Christian, you should see that God in you, but too many running around and ain't just look at their behavior. Yes, child need train hush, but then I'm gonna. Oh, Lord have mercy. Hello, Gladys. How are you, my darling? Looking good. Perla says I used to go to church, but what stopped me from going was because it's a fashion show competition. Who got looks great or not? Latest dress color. I don't get it, and the offering is another thing. What a mess. I tell you. Unbelievable. All right, First Lady and everybody else. See you guys tomorrow. Johan, you're late today. You're going to get put way back in the classroom. Where have you been, young man? Completely late to class. Ay. What a hot mess. So someone has sent out a message. If you own a black Honda, license plate number, hold on, let me get it for you. They've accidentally ran into your car and they've done the right thing. They have come forward and admitted to running into the car, and they want us to help. 199-615. If you drive this black Honda, give us a call because we know who tapped your car. That's such an honest person. My Tweetum, this is what we need. More honesty in the world. Thank you so much. Isn't that beautiful? I love it. All right, we'll find the person for you. Don't worry. But they put a little bump in your bumper. But they're willing to fix it. Look at that. My sweet. I love me some good people. Some honest people. Yes, isn't that lovely? Okay. Gabby says you should try CI Baptist Church by Pedro Savannah. Are there any of these churches that don't be hating on the LGBTQ plus community? That's my only question. I don't want them to be hating on anybody. I don't want them to hate on Black people. I don't want them to hate on expats. I don't want them to hate on members of I'm just tired of Christians feel. Listen, I feel like they carry on more hate than the rest of us who are just like, okay, I'm willing to admit that I'm a sinner and I'm not perfect. No, sir. She needs Jesus in the worst kind of way. My beautiful people, I thank you ever so much. Y'all know the new rule now. Don't run afoul of it because you will get blocked. No excuses, no warnings. I don't care. You're going to get blocked 3 months. All of June, all of July, and all of August. We will not be talking about, I'm not even going to say the name anymore. Mary Jean, whatever you want to call it. We're not going to talk about it. No phone calls about it. No comments about it. Nada, zip, zilt, zero, because you will be blocked. And I beg you, do not, under any circumstances, test me. Because like I said, I got balls of steel. And I will block you and don't even look back. Please, my good people, be very, very safe on the roadway today. Oh God, I gotta get out there now. Oh. Anyway, don't run into me, please, Jesus. He's gonna have to help you if you run into me today. I'm not in the mood for it. Take your time, slow down, relax on the roadways, okay? I'm gonna go put a few curls in my hair for my event today. I'm gonna do my little eyes, a little mascara, and then I'm gonna be on my way to this event. The only reason why I'm going is because this is supposed to be something that is beneficial to the people of the Cayman Islands. So it's something that the Premier is hosting, and I want to see what it is. I want to learn about it. It's something completely new, and so I think it would be good for me to be there and come back and share that knowledge with all of you. Okay, Moy, thank you so much, darling. You guys, please be good. See you tomorrow morning.
Thank you for tuning in to another episode of The Cold Hard Truth on Bobo 89.1 FM. Cayman's #1 talk show is live weekdays from 7:30 a.m. Never miss an episode again. Watch anytime on CMR's Facebook and YouTube channels for the latest show episodes. Don't forget to follow us online on our social media channels and visit CaymanMarlRoad.com for all the latest news and community happenings.